Okay, the big game from Princes Park this afternoon between Fitzroy and Collingwood on ABC Radio right around Australia and, of course, through Radio Australia. Ironmonger gets the tap down for Monkhorst. The ball taken away by Armstrong. Kicks the ball up towards the point of the square. McGuan gets a bad bounce. Good work there and good use of the body by Matera. Gets the hand pass out towards Dundas. He in turn back to Armstrong. It's kicking towards half forward. Kickett's taken a good mark. He'll kick from about 50 metres out on a 45-degree angle. But Dale Kickett had his body in front of the Collingwood defender. Just humped his back, arched his back, and it safely fell in. Kickett now. Drop punts for goal. It's to the left and through for a behind, but Fitzroy on the scoreboard in the opening seconds, the opening 45 seconds of this match. They're one behind, Collingwood yet to score. So Christian full forward, Manson Christian centre half forward, Manson full forward, and Brown in the forward pocket.
And McEwen at fullback to put the ball back into play for Collingwood and goes right down the middle with a drop punt which lands about 15 outside the 50 for the Magpies. Off the pack, Magpies in possession, but Starcevic's hand pass smothered. Picked up by Clayton. Kick over centre half forward and mark for Fitzroy at centre half forward by
Dundas, is it?
Yes, it is. Thanks, Stan. Who played so well, particularly early last week. And he has a chance here to kick a goal. He's marked it about 40 metres out, directly in front. So the Lions doing all the attacking. Oh, wobbly old drop punt, and it's hit the post. Lucky to get that close the way it looked off the boot. It wasn't a good kick. Fitzroy two behinds, both of them kickable in the first 100 seconds. The Magpies yet to score.
Yeah, Crackers, Purse gone out into the back pocket on Manson, but in fact Brown's playing full forward.
Yep.
Okay. Kick in by McEwen from the main scoreboard end up towards the point of the square. Starcevic third in line, but probably second in line. Gafe has taken the mark. Handball across to Krasiska. He in turn the hand pass to Shaw, which wasn't a good hand pass because it was going to put Shaw on his right foot, which was the wrong one. He got a high tackle, luckily for Collingwood, and Shaw will take the free kick on the halfback flank on our broadcast or northern side. He plays on, gains about 5 or 6 steps, kicks the ball towards the point of the square at half forward, punched away by Ironmonger. Right there, can't control the ball, but he does knock it out, but the ball eventually kicked off the ground away from a lane, back towards Tony Shaw. Gale was the kicker, the kicking towards half forward. Christian out and is marked about 55 metres out from goal in front of Paul Roos. Now Christian doesn't waste any time, goes for the short pass to Brown. He goes to ground. Weight of numbers there. Ironmonger picked up by Pert with his jumper back on. Kicks the ball from the back pocket up towards centre half back. Picked up by Christian. Handball across towards Monkhorst. He'll get a hand pass over the top. Yes, he will to Starcevic. Starcevic 55 metres out. A squaring kick towards centre half forward at the Rob Heatley stand end. Punched away by Ironmonger. Open goal Manson. And he's put it through. A goal to Collingwood. Defensive work not good from Ironmonger. It didn't come off. Manson on the end of that defensive punch away 20 metres out from goal, and Manson converts. Collingwood 1 goal, Fitzroy 2 behind. Stanley.
Yes, well, after Fitzroy really started off terrific, the first sortie that Collingwood's had in the forward line that resulted in a goal to Manson, I thought it was a very good kick by Craig Starcevic. He was about the 50-metre mark on the boundary line, and he really set himself to put that in a position where it was right in the front of the square. Very good team play and a good goal to the Pies.
Ironmonger takes it out of the air after being favoured by the bounce. Did well to get a hand pass forward to Matera. Kicks to half forward where Roos is out of position, but Gafer missed a mark he should have taken. Support from Kerrison. Hand pass out in front of Morwood, who does it with that casual style of his, and then places a hand pass perfectly in front of Wright, who snaps it up on the bounce. Kicks with the left boot to half forward. Free kick against Brockhurst, who went crashing into the back of Brown, and Brown will take it at the 50 for Collingwood. So the Magpies reversing a Fitzroy forward move in very quick and decisive style with some good crisp handball, and now Brown from 50 could perhaps kick their second goal just over the 4-minute mark. The distance the test here, going towards the Robert Heatley stand end, almost directly in front, gets under the drop punt, kicks it very high and way off direction. He misjudged his run up there, it appeared, and it's a behind to the Magpies, who are 1-1, Fitzroy 2 behinds. Do we have play around the grounds? I would suspect not at VFL Park, Swan.
Not yet, Tim. Clearlow.
Yes, we're 1 goal in the first quarter in the first 4 minutes. That's to Melbourne. Richmond yet to score.
Mike Moncrief.
At Barab and St Kilda are 1-1-7, and North Melbourne yet to score at the 5-minute mark.
Kick in by Gary Pert to that southern side winger. Free kick to Collingwood over the shoulder, and Monkhorst has got the free kick. A hand pass, it turns out to be on towards right right from the centre. A centering kick, the centre half forward. Manson underneath it. Perth behind Manson on the second grab. 40 metres out directly in front.
He was in rare form on Wednesday night marking, James, and had a feeling that maybe he might have got around the corner.
How was his kicking, Crackers?
His kicking will always be the same.
It's a pretty good close it though. Brown's obviously doing all the real hard leading and Manson coming in for the long bomb.
He drop punts for goal and it looks to be okay. He seems satisfied from here. Oh, he seems satisfied. In fact, he still can't believe the decision has gone against him. It's a behind, but I went with the player and he seemed to think it was a goal, but just a little to the right. Collingwood 1-2, Fitzroy 2 behinds. I may have mentioned before about Ruse being on Christian. In fact, it was Stevens, and Ruse is up on the forward line.
And off in the distance, Crackers and Bob Seeger singing "You're Still the Same." The kick out towards half-back. Up goes Ironmonger, gets the spoil, and Fitzroy clear through Clayton. Hurried kick to the wing. Trewella overruns it. Dacos over the ball now, looks for a free, doesn't get it. In goes Kapler for Fitzroy. He's smothered, can't get a kick away. Magpies in possession. McGuan got a hand pass to the big fellow Monkhorst onto forward, who got it onto right, who was upended by Ironmonger, picked up off the ground.
He could have been really hurt then.
Pile driven, yes.
Oh, yes,
and
that's a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
He could have serious damage then. I didn't like that.
He is hurt, and the trainer out with him. I hope he's okay. Kick up towards half forward. Chance for Dundas for Fitzroy. He's about 80 metres from goal, but he's got the field in front of him. Kicks to Kickett in front of Kerrison, who makes a spoil. At the front of the pack, Tranter fumbles. In goes Kickett again for Fitzroy. Has a third go at it. Now gets a kick at the ball from about 15 metres out, but it's way off direction and out of bounds on the full, and a Collingwood free kick.
It was like a fair dinkum wrestling match where a wrestler picks up another wrestler and just sort of hits his head into the ground, and that's exactly what he did with the right.
And his arms were pinned so he couldn't protect himself.
Okay, play goes on. It's on the outer side wing. The ball picked up by Kapler. Kapler's kick for Fitzroy inside 50. The ball punched away from Ruse by Gafer. The fluky ball 35 metres out from goal. Kicked off the ground there by, would have been Tranter. Tranter's kick is picked up by Lyon. Lyon on 50. Fires towards goal. It might beat the pack. Off fingers. No, Dundas behind has put it through. It came off about 4 sets of fingers. And Dundas, who was right on the goal line, just swung around on his left pivot and put it through with his right boot. And he has put it through to make scores level. 1 goal, 2 apiece here at Princes Park.
Very exciting player, Matthew Dundas. Already in this quarter, he's probably had 3 or 4 possessions. And beautiful play before where he led out in front and marked the ball. And that time, great judgment. He saw the pack fly, positions himself behind it, took the ball and just turned around from about a couple of inches out, kicked it through. A very, very good player, that young boy.
And to friends and family of Graham Wright, who might be listening across Bass Strait, he's okay. He's up in the forward pocket having a bit of breather, but he's well enough to stay out there. From the ball up, Collingwood into attack. Richardson running onto the ball, but can't get a clean run at it. Gets support from Dacos just inside the 50, but he's under pressure and can't pick it up, and takes it out over the boundary line for a throw-in on Collingwood's left half forward flank. Scores tied up at 1-2 apiece, just over 8 minutes into the first term. And the Magpies in attack. It looks as though we might have a real struggle here. It could be a great contest. Ironmonger versus Starcevic, who climbs high and gets the knockdown to Russell. A hand pass backwards to Shaw. Swinging kick towards full forward. Manson had it on his chest. Couldn't quite hold onto it though. Ball buried in a sea of players. Trying to get it out, Brown. He does get it out, but straight to Bunn, who gets a clearing kick for Fitzroy and finds Wind, who kicks to the wing, and Ruse out in front of Gafer takes a strong mark just forward of the wing for the Lions.
Almost 9 minutes in the first term. Scores are level. 1 goal, 2 apiece. Football on 3 allowed network stations. Kick by Ruse towards 50. Monkhorst up behind. Picked up by Kickett. Gets the handball to Armstrong. Now it was Matera. Not a good one with his left hand. Knocked on by Kickett beautifully. On towards Ruse. Ruse in the forward pocket. And it's not a bad kick. It hits the post. Behind to Fitzroy, but that was very good play by Kickett. The ball came to his body and he just helped it back to the oncoming player, and that was Ruse. And Ruse just missed from a very acute angle. Fitzroy 1-3, Collingwood 1-2.
2 posters to the Lions in the first 9.5 minutes. They've been unlucky. Long kick in from McEwen. Lyon climbs high to get a fist on the ball for Fitzroy. Taken by Gafer, but under pressure, and Fitzroy's aggression very good at the moment. Ball comes loose to McGuan, who gets a kick out to the wing. First there, Richardson. Under pressure from Wind. Well played, Wind. swept the ball away from him, but then couldn't get a kick away. McGuan dives on it for Collingwood. It's just forward of the wing for Fitzroy. Collingwood now stemming the attack. Richardson a hand pass to Shaw, who from behind the wing kicks Collingwood into attack. Leading for it is Krzyzka out towards the boundary line, but not a well-placed kick from Tony Shaw. Beats the leading player to the line on the bounce and over for a throw-in.
They started at VFL Park yet, David?
Only just, but no score yet with 1 minute and 20 seconds gone.
Okay, Michael Moncrief. Oh, sorry, Clelo.
Yes, we're 10 minutes into this first quarter. Melbourne are 3 goals, 2 to Richmond, 1 point. Mike Moncrief.
11-minute mark, St Kilda by 2 points. 2 goals, 2-14. North Melbourne 2 goals straight.
Wright kicks the ball towards Starcevic at centre-half forward. A booming kick by Starcevic into the goal square. Punched away from Manson by Pert. Brown for the crumbs. Cornered in the forward pocket.
Oh!
Fires towards goal and just misses. That was a great effort. You may have heard Tim go. Oh, didn't miss by much. And Gavin Brown, right near the behind post, in front of the Carlton Social Club, has just missed. A minor score for Collingwood. Scores a level, 1 goal, 3 apiece.
My apologies, I couldn't contain myself. That was one of the most amazing banana kicks I've ever seen, and I thought it had gone straight through the middle. Kick back into play from Pert, and he finds his old sidekick Ruse, who made a lovely lead through the centre of the ground, and Pert saw him coming, and perhaps that's a Fitzroy play. He kicks towards half forward, no one able to mark. At the foot of the pack, a soccer kick from Gale, but picked up by Tony Shaw, who kicks back to half forward for Collingwood. Clayton attacks the ball for Fitzroy, gets a bad bounce, just gets a fingertip onto it out towards the boundary, and it's helped on by Wind with a soccer kick out and over the boundary line for a throw-in between the wing and Collingwood's left half forward flank. 11.5 minutes, scores level at 1-3 apiece.
The boundary throw in, and it'll be Ironmonger and Starcevic. Starcevic from behind. Ironmonger does well. Knocks the ball down. Taken by Clayton. Gets it across the line. Line sidesteps. Goes long. Up towards centre half forward. Up towards the 50-metre line. The ball punched away. In front of the pack, Dundas. One grab but couldn't control it. He's got the front position and a bit of help from Armstrong. Armstrong, a good hip and shoulder on Mullane. The loose ball comes out towards McGuan. McGuan this way, that away. A good call from Moore to let him know with the hand pass where he was. Moore kicks the ball up to Starcevic, who might be finding form, playing very well. Starcevic marks, kicks the ball up towards 50. Brown out and takes a good mark in front of Brockhurst, about 55 metres out from goal. Now Manson for the mark. Krzyzka short. In fact, he'll go short to Krzyzka, and there's Dacos lurking up in the forward pocket. Now, this kick will probably extend Krzyzka. He'll kick from 55 metres out, the Robert Heatley stand end. And we've got Christian going back and also Manson, and Dacos at centre-half forward for the forward crumb. Well, he may be involved, Dacos, as the ball goes up towards, no, in front of the pack, Tranter. Oh, he got tackled pretty hard, but it was fair to the umpire. Dacos is there in front of the pack, shovels the hard ball out towards Tony Shaw, who, no, was Richardson, who lost his footing. The ball's still in Collingwood's forward pocket. Up it goes up in the air. Picked up by Manson. Shovels a hand pass. Ball shirt front. Starcevic on wind. But the ball taken away by Scotty Clayton. Kicks the ball out towards Kapler. This is Willing. This is like the Collingwood Fitzroy games in the late 40s and early 50s. And the mark is taken by Fitzroy on the outer side wing.
Kick up towards half forward where Ruse is looking dangerous, but he has about 3 against him going the spoil here and can't mark. He seems to be attacking the ball a lot more confidently, Stan, than early last week.
Yes, it's amazing. He got his touchback last week, and he really has got his eyes on that ball, and he's clamping his hands around it.
Monkhorst versus Truella. Monkhorst in front, but can't get a clean knock. It falls to Matera, whose kick doesn't go anywhere. Kerrison dives on the ball. A battle for it on the ground. Kickett has it for a moment. Gives a hand pass to Wind. Left foot kick to half forward. Ruse in front. Gafer nullifies. It falls to Lynch at the back. Snap at goal from the angle. Offline and through for a behind. Fitzroy 1-4. Collingwood 1-3. 14 minutes first term.
And forget about that wind advantage. The flags on top of the scoreboard at the eastern end, hardly a flutter at all. And just a personal comment, I really am enjoying the umpiring in this match in the first 14 minutes. They're letting the game go, but not overly, but allowing players to get in and try and get the ball out. Sometimes you see the ball come out of a pack and the whistle goes after hard work's done. They're letting it go. Kick in. Punched away by Ironmonger. Armstrong, a hand pass onto line. Here's the Fitzroy goal. If he's accurate. No, he's not. He's way off line. And they get their 5th minor score. Fitzroy 1-5-11, Collingwood 1-3-9. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Scores level at the 6-minute mark. Carlton 1 goal straight. Hawthorn 1 goal straight. Clelo.
We're 15 minutes into the first quarter. Melbourne are 5 goals, 2 to Richmond, 2 behinds, down to Mike Moncrief.
15-minute mark. North Melbourne lead by 3 points there. 3 goals straight. St Kilda 2-3-15.
Ball back in play, out to the half-back flank for the Magpies, right in the midst of it again, which is nice to see. He must be back on the wing. He gets a kick inboard towards Tranter, taken away from him by teammate Gaper. Onto Russell and onto Morwood, and now a long hand pass puts Starcevic in good shape on the wing. He kicks long, where Clayton against Dacos is in good position though. The kick just wasn't quite right for Dacos, who wanted it centred more, and Clayton won the race out to the boundary line and took the mark on his chest, and looks to have the job on the champion Dacos, and is doing it well. He's had 5 possessions already, so he's winning plenty of football as well. Picked up by Bunn for Fitzroy after the kick lands on the wing to Wind, and back to Bunn, who kicks Fitzroy into attack. Front position to the Magpies, but McGuan can't take the mark. Mullane tries to paddle to a teammate, but intercepted by Kapler. Long kick to half forward finds Ruse. Ball landing on his chest, rather fortunately on the half forward flank, about 65 metres from goal. He centres nicely. Lynch and McEwen. McEwen with more strength. Ball falls dangerously for the Magpies. Armstrong snaps. Can't quite get enough hook on it. And it is yet another behind to Fitzroy. 1-6-12. Collingwood 1-3-9. 16 minutes first term.
Slight delay, Stanley.
Yes, well, they're really looking very sharp, Fitzroy, but it's a tremendous contest. There's no easy kicks, and it's very physical. Interesting thing, Ross Lyon on Craig Starcevic, though, he's attacking a lot, but I think Starcevic is fooling him because he's just giving him too much latitude.
First term, 16 minutes in. The kick in by McEwen finds the man that Stan was talking about, Starcevic, but there's going to be a free kick to Mullane on the half-back line. Thought about pinpointing Christian further up the field on the northern side, the John Elliott stand side, the stand from which we broadcast, up towards Christian, who got over the shoulder as Stevens, and Stevens has got the free kick. As Stevens on the half-back line for Fitzroy. Drop punt up towards half forward, about 70 metres out. More with the punch, but further towards Fitzroy's goal. Gale gets there, runs in towards 50, goes long in towards goal, up towards full forward. Lynch is there, 1 grab, 2. Not the second, it's not played. The ball punched away by McEwen just before Lynch had the full purchase on that for the 3rd grab, and it's through for another behind to Fitzroy. They're 1-7, Collingwood 1-3.
McEwen short to Tranter's lead. Still inside the defensive 50 for the Magpies. Tranter marks, looks for a hand pass, a little dangerous to Gaper, but Gaper gets it off to McGuan, who kicks short with the left boot. Bad sloppy kick. Krzyzewski good enough to trap it. Gives a hand pass to the running McGuan, who from the wing puts Collingwood into attack. Out comes Clayton in front of Dacos again. Bad bounce for both of them. Picked up by Russell, but his hand pass intercepted by Clayton for possession number 6. Long hand pass to Lyon. Left foot kick up to half forward for the Roys. Pack up, no one able to mark. Kickett looks for the crumb. Can't get onto it. Now Dundas goes into assist. He's tackled. Has to get a desperation hand pass. Out towards the boundary line on the 50. Kerrison first there though for Collingwood. Pressured by Kickett. Under a lot of pressure. Nowhere to go for Kerrison. But he's able to see the ball over the line for a throw-in on Fitzroy's right half forward flank.
About 60 metres out from goal on the practice pitch area, right half forward flank, as Tim said. The boundary throw-in knocked down by Monkhorst, 2-2. Dundas will get there first, although Tranter does well to trap it and feed the hand pass under pressure out to right. That was very good play by Tranter. Right's kick up towards the wing, but the tower there, the live tower ironmonger, has taken the mark. Handball across to Lyon. Lyon goes through the centre, up towards the centre with a couple of bounces, runs his fair share, then unloads up towards centre half forward. Up they go. Monkhorst dropping back. The crumb's there, off the pack. A chance there for Truella, but he's hit the post. Was that 3 posters for Fitzroy this quarter? 3 posters to Fitzroy. Truella from 25 metres out. And Fitzroy 1-8-14, Collingwood 1-3-9. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Carlton by 6 points at the 10-minute mark. Carlton 2 goals straight, 12 points. Hawthorn 1 goal straight, 6. Clelo.
We're 18 minutes into the first quarter, and Melbourne are 5-2 to Richmond 1-2. Mike.
19-minute mark. St Kilda by 5 points, 3-5-23. North Melbourne 3 straight.
Well, the Roys could be 5 goals in front here. They've had 9 scoring shots to 4, but they've hit the post 3 times. Now Collingwood might kick a goal at the other end as they go storming into attack. Shaw from 4 to the centre, kicks long to Manson, who's being mauled and gets a free kick. He did everything right. Parked his body in front of Gary Pert. He's got enormous strength, and Pert just couldn't get around him, so was trying to get over him. And in the opinion of umpire Andrew Coates, he interfered illegally And Manson is now lining up the sticks from only 20 metres out on a slight angle. Bob Seeger in the background as Manson comes in, but this time he puts it through. He's kicked both Collingwood's goals, and he really has been a great target up forward. Collingwood in front by a point from fewer scoring shots, 2-3-15. Fitzroy 1-8-14, Crackers Keenan.
Well, it was against the trend of play. Fitzroy had been peppering the goals and really couldn't get one. James Manson, who's just too strong for Gary Pert, got his body in front and was going for the ball, and Pert couldn't do anything about it. Got over his shoulder, and James resulted in a lovely goal. But I do hold my breath every time he kicks the ball. But he's really proving a handful for the Fitzroy defence at the moment. They needed that, Collingwood.
Football on 3 Alloa Network stations. Centre bounce, 20 minutes into the first term. Monkhorst wins. Who to? Gale overran it. Tony Shaw. Hand pass intercepted though. It was meant for Starcevic. The ball picked up there by Wind. Marked by Maud. Hand pass out to Starcevic on the wing. Starcevic now gets away from Armstrong. He kicks the ball up towards Gavin Brown. Dives, can't get there. The ball knocked away by Brockhurst outside the 50-metre line. The Lions are defending. Gale is there. The ball comes out towards Gale. Gets a call from Wind. A free kick to Fitzroy. Advantage paid. Wind now from half-back. Kicks the ball up towards half-forward. Out comes Ruse. Now, Gaffer is there, also Monkhorst. Monkhorst picks up the ball, grabbed by Truella. Monkhorst gets the handball away up towards 50, and there'll be a ball up, I'd say, unless this ball comes out. It doesn't. And the field umpire will call for a ball up 45 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. Collingwood 2-3-15, Fitzroy 1-8-14. Almost 21 minutes in the first term. Up they go, Stevens and Monkhorst. Monkhorst got it down towards Mullane. Mullane's on 50, he's defending. Comes around the northern wing in front of us now. Kicks the ball up towards Krasiska, but the ball punched away by a Fitzroy player. I think it could have been Stevens, as we lose sight of the play with the overhang here. Michael Christian's pulled a hammy. Has he, Crackers, or not?
Yes.
Yep.
Michael Christian has done a hamstring. It doesn't look all that serious, but then again...
it's gone.
Yeah, it's
sure.
gone. OK, he's limping off that left leg from the boundary throw-in. The ball taken by Mullane. Tony Shaw went to ground. We can't see play. Monkhorst did get the handball out towards Russell. Russell in turn up towards the crest. Players overrun the ball. Coming through his bun. Fitzroy go forward again. Oh, chance here as Ruse is marked about 45 metres out from goal. His fourth mark. That was good sight by Bunn. He streamed down the wing and between wing and centre, and he picked out Ruse, who was just unattended for a split second. Ruse pumps for goal, and they score another behind. Fitzroy 1-9-16, lead Collingwood 2-3-15. Ruse is second behind.
Correction, Smooth, 1-9-15, 2-3-15, they're all level.
Oh, right.
So score's absolutely tied up. Turner has come on and replaced Christian, and Crackers Collingwood one big target down up forward now.
Yes, that's for sure, and he was proving, but Starcevic is who was sort of running around. He'll have to go in there and probably try and lift him.
McEwen kicks towards Mullane, who's got two against him. One of them, Ruse, who outreaches him, outjudges him, and takes a lovely mark. 65 metres out. Play on, says the umpire, as Ruse goes wide. And now kicks long. Dundas under it. Could mark it. No, he can't. Chipping in was McGuan, fisting the ball away as Dundas was charging at it and punching it over the line for a throw-in in Fitzroy's left forward pocket. Well, there's more than one way to get to 15 points on the scoreboard. Fitzroy finding the long route with 1-9. Collingwood far more efficient with 2-3. At the throw-in, Krasiska high at the back. Brings it down to McGuan, who kicks to half-back. Mullane runs with the flight of the ball and marks, so he can keep going. He delivers to Starcevic on the centre line. A hand pass to the running Gaper out of defence. He chips a pass towards a lead from Brown, who is cutting up Brockhurst, and he takes the mark on the 50, but too far out. Now Manson has won out with Pert if he kicks in a hurry. He doesn't. Maybe he thinks he can kick the distance. No, now he chips a pass to Starcevic, who, right behind the man on the mark, has taken a mark. That ball.
One umpire called play on, and the other one called a mark, and the one's overruled him, given the mark.
They've gathered, I suppose, 3.5 metres.
Yes, he's... now, the man on the mark previously was right on the 50, and Brett Stevens now is standing about 10 metres back, but he's pointing to the umpire saying, I'm going to run in here. There's the mark. And the mark is only about at about 47. Starcevic kicks towards goal. Doesn't quite make the distance. Ironmonger up with a hand on the ball, and it's helped through by Pert for a behind. Collingwood 2-4-16. Fitzroy 1-9-15 after 24 minutes. Around the grounds, David Mackay at the park.
Straight shooting by both sides at VFL Park at the 16-minute mark. Carlton 3 goals straight 18, lead Hawthorn by 12 points. Hawthorn 1 goal straight 6. Clelo.
24 minutes into the first quarter. Melbourne are 5 goals 2 to Richmond 2 goals 5. Mike Moncrief.
25-minute mark. St Kilda lead by 6 points, 4-6-30. North 4 goals straight.
A short kick in by Pert almost came undone. It might as Line gathers and falls to the ground, but gets the handball away and taken by Bunn. Bunn from half-back kicks up towards the wing, and the ball, I think, has gone over right below our radio commentary position, and there'll be a boundary throw in.
Unbelievable, this nose on the John Elliott stand, Peter, isn't it?
Yes, well, there's quite a bit of the boundary we just can't see, but we've explained that before in previous OBs from here. 25 minutes into the quarter, boundary throw in. Kick it goes to ground, being harassed there by Morwood. Coming through the pack, Mullane got it across to Starcevic here and turned to Krasiska. Krasiska a good kick in towards centre-half forward, but a very good mark by Brockhurst. A real soccer goalie marked that one by Brockhurst at centre-half back. Collingwood 2-4-16, Fitzroy 1-9-15. Now Brockhurst hand passes out towards Scotty Clayton on the 50-metre line. The Lions are defending. Kicks up towards the wing. Trewella tries to knock the ball behind him, but doesn't succeed in doing that. He does come back to the ball and give a very quick hand pass to Kickett. Kickett goes to Lynch, and Lynch one grab, 1.5. Well, he's had a couple of 1.5s, but he was grabbed by McEwen, by the jumper. And he's got a free kick about 55 metres out. Now, Roos is back in the goal area. Oh, he's hooked it badly. A shocking kick by Lynch. They'd almost lynch him for that one, I'd say. It's out of bounds on the full. And another miss to Fitzroy. But a more costly one, this one, because they didn't score. Collingwood 16, Fitzroy 15, into time on by a minute at Princess Park.
And all the believers among the Collingwood supporters roaring with delight as that one went into the crowd out on the full, because they reckoned he was very lucky to get the free kick and that there was a sense of justice about it. Now McGuan kicks to half-back for Collingwood. It falls to the front of the pack. Wind has it, is tackled and dispossessed, taken by Russell. Hand pass to Monkhorst puts him under a lot of pressure, and the ball still in a pack. Lurching out goes Blakey. The ball held to him, says umpire Coates. And he will come in and bounce it about 60 metres from Fitzroy's goal, which has been an elusive target. They've had 10 goes at it and only hit the ball once. Ball kicked towards full forward by Kapler. Out comes Lynch into the pocket. Has it on the bounce. Now goes for goal. Swings it with the right boot. Doesn't get enough hook. And that's their 10th behind, and again scores level. Fitzroy 1-10. Collingwood 2-4 after 27 minutes.
This is amazing, isn't it? And the breeze not really a great factor. The flags have a bit of a flutter up now, which would indicate at this point of time about a 1.5 or 2 goal advantage. Fitzroy 11 scoring shots to 6. Stan, a brief word. We've got a slight delay here.
Yes, very wasteful, and this is going to test Fitzroy, because they really have had all the play and they've been the better side, but they've got to do it on the scoreboard.
The kick in by McEwen does stand up a little bit, and Roos went up with Morwood. The chance there for Gale. Hand passes straight to Monkhorst. Monkhorst up towards the wing, where the mark in front of McGuan is taken by Lyon. Lyon feeds the hand pass out, and it's taken by Fitzroy Stevens in towards full forward. The ball punched the wrong way by McEwen. Again, Fitzroy about 10 metres closer to goal. The loose ball spills out of the pack, where it's picked up by Mullane. Handball across to Turner, on for Christian with a hamstring. Turner's kick finds Gafer at half-back. Gafer gives it to Tranter with a hand pass. Hand pass again on to Russell. Through the crest he goes on the northern side. Up towards Dacos. Oh! Who takes a beauty. He was behind his opponent. He absolutely just hovered in midair and took a beauty. Now, Dacos, he doesn't fancy kicking that far. He's going to go short towards Brown, and it beats Brown and also Brockhurst. Or is there a free kick? No, there's not. The ball beat them all and just kept on rolling in front of the Carlton Social Club stand for a boundary throw-in. The Pies deep into attack. 3.5 minutes of time on.
How often do you see the great mark not capped off? A bad kick from Dacos, just too far for its target. Now at the throw-in, Ironmonger with a big fist belts it back over the line, so it'll be thrown in again in much the same position, about 25 metres around from Collingwood's right behind post. Only 3 goals, so it should be a short quarter. Brought down beautifully by Manson, but he interfered with Ironmonger. It was a delightful piece of ruck work, very subtle. And if the hand in the back had been a bit more subtle, it might have led up to a Collingwood goal. But Ironmonger takes the free kick. Kicks with the left boot towards the wing. The target is a leaping Trewella, but he didn't judge it the way Shane Morwood did, and Morwood has taken a beauty for Collingwood just forward of the wing. to put the Magpies into attack. Manson leading it towards centre half forward. He goes for that lead, and Manson gets hands on it, can't hang on. On the ground, Wind in there battling for Fitzroy, falls over the ball, pack forms, ball up, says umpire Rich, just outside the 50, centre half forward for Collingwood. Scores level, 16 apiece.
How many free kicks, Gerard? Not many this quarter. 5 all, so we've had 10, which is about the average. 30 minutes on the clock. Collingwood 2-4, level with Fitzroy 1-10. There's the ball up. Ironmonger straight down towards Russell of Collingwood. Russell from a standing start kicks up towards Manson. Loose ball picked up by Dacos, and he has missed on the siren to give Collingwood a 1-point advantage at quarter time. Scoreboard with Dacos getting behind with the last kick of the first quarter, and Collingwood 2-5-7.
3 goals, I'd say.
Second term about to start. At quarter time, Collingwood 2-5, Fitzroy 1-10, St Kilda 6-7, North Melbourne 4 goals, and Melbourne 6-4, Richmond 3-5. Still playing at VFL Park. Let's get a score from David Mackay.
Carlton by 18 points at the 27-minute mark. Carlton 4-2-26, lead Hawthorn 1-2-8.
Okay, play underway here in the second term at Princes Park.
Fitzroy first into attack, and Armstrong from on the 50 has a long shot, but there's been a free kick. And it's to go Collingwood's way.
It's for the block. And now the umpire advisor, you'll find if you have a sneak around league club, there has been a little bit of a memo put out about this, that they will pinch the bloke doing the block.
What's the block, Crackers?
The block. Blocking the bloke, you're allowing your teammate to take the mark and blocking off the opponent.
When the ball hasn't got to within 5 metres. Now, the player who gets the free kick, Russell, plays on, kicks long to half forward, straight to Ironmonger, who drops an easy one, gets booed too for that tackle, no doubt on Graham Wright earlier. Now, the ball on the deck, Ironmonger down with it, and a few players falling on top of him, so umpire Coates comes into bounce.
Wind at 9 possessions, Fitzroy, Lyon 8, and for Collingwood, Starcevich 9, 7 each to McGuan, Russell and Shaw in the first term, and free kicks 5 apiece. From that ball up, taken by Starcevich, but knocked straight into the arms of Stevens, who kicks it out towards that wing on the southern side. Picked up by Mullane. Mullane goes square towards centre half forward. Dacos might get a free kick. The advantage was paid to Dacos, and the advantage given to Krasiska, who fires away and blazes away. And he too has missed at that main scoreboard end. The Achilles heel end for Fitzroy in the first quarter, where they scored 10 behinds, and the Magpies open up their account in the second term with a behind at that scoreboard end. Collingwood 2-6-18, Fitzroy 1-10-16.
Pert kicks long and looks for Ironmonger and Stevens. Stevens in front was pushed in the back and takes a free kick for Fitzroy from half back. He kicks to the wing. Fitzroy have got numbers at the ball here. Kapler marks, but he's on his non-preferred boot. Lovely hand pass out in front of Wind, who takes it on the bounce. Centering kick. Lynch under it, unopposed. Takes an easy mark.
Ronnie McKeown was 10 yards from them.
Hangs his head, and well he might, because Lynch now has a chance in the first 2.5 minutes of this second term to finally break the drought for Fitzroy. Lions, Gerard, kicked their goal how many minutes into the first quarter? And then went without as they kicked a string of behinds. At the 7-minute mark of the first term, they haven't broken the drought. This is lucky to score a behind. It just manages to creep in for a minor, and Fitzroy are 1-11-17, Collingwood 2-6-18. David, do we have quarter time at the park?
Just quarter time now, and Carlton lead by 25 points at quarter time. Carlton 5-3-33, lead Hawthorn at 1-2-8. Goal scorers for Carlton, 2 to Satori and singles to Gleeson, Bradley and Glascott, and a single goal for Hawthorn to Dunstall.
Kick in by Morwood up towards the 50-metre line. He's defending. Picked up there by Truella. Kicks Fitzroy forward. Lynch comes out and off his knee, and it bounces over in front of the Carlton Social Club stand for a boundary throw-in. Lynch with 3 behinds. I reckon he's wearing the right one on the left and the left one on the right the way he's been kicking. He really has been hooking the ball terribly.
He'll be lynched if he keeps it up.
From the boundary throw-in, Monkhorst gets it down via Russell on towards Wright, who seems to stubbed the ground with his left foot as he tried to kick. That didn't go far. Picked up by Blakey. Fitzroy into attack again at centre half forward. Morwood there. Can't mark this time. Through the pack comes Truella. Oh, he got the hand pass. A bad one. He shoveled it too far to the right and put Matera under trouble. But all is not lost as the loose ball comes to Gale. A left foot kicking towards the goal square. They set themselves, and Morwood, who's having a very good game, has taken the mark for Collingwood in the last line of defence.
Collingwood doing well to limit Fitzroy to 1 goal, I guess, although Fitzroy contributing to its own downfall. But the Magpie defence can be fairly pleased with itself. Wright accepts a short pass from Morwood. Kick not quite to the centre, and Wind in front of Russell takes the mark. Runs into the oncoming Starcevic and crashes to the ground, but no penalty. Wind, short kick, centering kick towards a lead from Lynch, who has to fly in a pack, though, at the base of the pack as the ball falls as kick it. He gets a knock on, but straight to Tony Shaw. Hand pass wide for Jamie Turner, who props and falls over. Gives a hand pass under pressure to Tranter, who gets it back to Tony Shaw. Looks for a couple of hand passes and then uses the kicking option and finds Wright, who marks in front of the Gardner stand between the half-back flank and the wing. He kicks into the centre of Princes Park. Starcevic versus Stevens. Ball falls to the front of the pack, and Stevens now cleans up. Puts Fitzroy into attack and delivers beautifully to Matera, who marks just outside the 50. Too far for Little Wally to score. Roos is being held as he tries to lead. Matera runs around the man on the mark, then kicks to full forward. Again, the Fitzroy attacking Flyers are out of position, and the Magpie defenders did it well. In goes Big Monkhorst, does a soft chew. Crackers Keenan taught him that one. Gets a hand pass off to a teammate who thumps it out over the boundary line for a throw-in between the flank and the pocket, about 40 metres from goal for the Lions.
McEwen out to the half-back line, and Morwood's playing full-back on Lynch. Boundary throw-in, 40 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. Knocked down by Monkhorst. The ball knocked on by Gale. Back to Monkhorst, who hand passes to the opposite number 1 in Roos, who kicks in towards goal. Almost a Lynch mark, but it's just out in the right forward pocket at the Robert Heatley stand end. Football on 3 Alloa network stations from Princes Park this afternoon. A low-scoring game. Collingwood 18, Fitzroy 17. It's in Fitzroy's right forward pocket. Now, Truella works his body to the front, but Monkhorst wins easily. Armstrong overran the ball. The ball knocked out of the pack by Collingwood and helped on by McEwen. And there'll be a further boundary throw-in, this time about 35 metres around from goal. Right in front of the Carlton Social Club stand, Collingwood 2-6, Fitzroy 1-11. The boundary throw-in, Monkhorst front position, little nudge from behind by Truella. Monkhorst beautifully down to Tranter, who delivers with a hand pass to McEwen. McEwen's clearing kick, not a good one, marked by Stevens, who plays on quickly, kicks in towards full forward. A Fitzroy mark is at Lynch, is marked about 30 metres out directly in front. Well, let's see whether he's changed his boots and put the left onto the right one, because he's right in front and there'll be no excuse for this. Just a very slight breeze, if any, with the umbrella of the Social Club and Heatley stand at that end. He's only 35 metres out directly in front. He's kicked 3 behinds and 1 out of bounds. Now, let's see. He's hit the post. Well, he's getting closer. He's getting closer. He's 4th behind Lynch. Collingwood 2-6-18. Fitzroy level up at 1-12-18.
Around the grounds, David Mackay, have you got second quarter action?
Just about to start the second term, where Carlton lead by 25 points. Carlton 5-3-33, lead Hawthorn 1-2-8. Clearlow.
5 minutes into the second quarter, Melbourne a 7-4-46 to Richmond 3-5-23. Mike Moncrief.
6-minute marker, Moorabbin St Kilda by 12 points, 6-7-43, North 5-1-31.
Fitzroy deep in attack again, but yet again the Magpies repel them, or do they? Mullane had it and was about to unload, and he was tackled and dispossessed, picked up by Armstrong. Left foot kick to full forward, but Shane Morwood, who's leading a very tight Collingwood defence, takes the mark about 20 metres out. Quickly kicks to McEwen, who leads out to the half-back line. Pressured by kick, a shocking hand pass. Puts Kerrison under pressure, but he's good enough to get out. His hand pass puts Turner under a bit more. He hand passes back to Kerrison, who fumbles. A lot of mistakes. In goes Russell. Nowhere to go. Paddles it towards Turner. Kick back towards the centre line. But Truella in the way for Fitzroy. Hand pass to Kapler. Gets around Big Monkhorst. And from 60 metres out, the mercurial left footer. Kicks long and straight. Oh, Butler. That's one way to break the drought. If anyone can kick a footy in this Fitzroy team, it's Darren Kapler. And the Lions lead by a goal. They're 2-12-24. The Magpies 2-6-18. 8.5 minutes into the second, they kicked their second goal. That's exactly half an hour after their first.
Yes, and Collingwood really in the last 5 or 6 minutes have panicked, in my opinion. Their defence, which is under a lot of pressure, have lacked confidence in getting the ball and kicking it long. So they're trying to run the ball out of the back line, and they've just developed very bad, fiddly little football. And it's allowed the Roys to lift in confidence.
From the bounce, Monkhorst, but straight down the throat of Armstrong, who kicks the ball up towards Lynch. He in turn the hand pass on towards Wind for his 12th possession, but he's lost line. Or was it Wind or Gale? Blakey saw the flash of 8 there, and it was Blakey from centre-half forward who has missed. Another behind to Fitzroy, 2:13.25 to Collingwood, 2:6.18. And I get the feeling it won't be long before Dacos has switched from the forward line and have a run on the ball.
Turner kicks long, Moore with the target. Lynch spoils. Kapler at the back takes it with the left boot. Finesses it towards Wynn. Good spoil though by Krzyzewska. Thumps the ball out to the boundary line and over. Just outside the 50. The Lions deep in attack. They've done all the attacking in this second term and should be much more than 7 points in front. 2:13 to 2:6. At the throw-in, it's Lynch and Moorwood. A couple of unlikely ruckmen. Moorwood wins, gets a nice fist on the ball and gains about 20 metres for the Magpies before it goes over the line again for another throw-in. Still on Fitzroy's half-forward line, but deeper. And it's now a good kick and a half from goal. And this time the real big men come in. Ironmonger and Monkhorst. There aren't too many bigger. Ironmonger gets a beautiful knock-on for Fitzroy towards Trewella, who tried to help it on but couldn't. Taken away by Tony Shaw, who kicks Collingwood into their attacking half. They've got nothing there. Clayton under it again, got into better position than Dacos, but a lovely knock by McGuan to Dacos and a hand pass to Brown, hand pass to Starcevic. Thinks about giving it to Dacos and doesn't, but gets pushed in the back and gets a rather fortunate free kick 20 metres out from goal on a slight angle, and a chance to kick the answering goal for the Magpies. Don't they need it? And if he can do it, they'll just be a trifle fortunate. Only Manson has scored a goal for Collingwood so far. He's kicked them both. In comes Starcevic, and it's close. He's missed.
There is a leather magnet down there, Tim, dragging the ball both sides of those major uprights.
Collingwood 2-7, Fitzroy 2-13. Around the grounds again, David Mackay.
Still a 25-point lead to Carlton at the 3-minute mark. Carlton 5-3-33 lead Hawthorn 1-2-8. Clelo.
We're 8.5 minutes into their second quarter, and Bennis just kicked a 65-metre goal. And Melbourne go to 8 goals, 5-53 to Richmond 3-5-23. Mike Moncrief.
11-minute marks and Kilda by 15 points. 6-10-46, North 5-1-31.
Back here at Princess Park, the clash between Fitzroy and Collingwood from the kick-in by Pert. After a bit of fiddling around, eventually went towards Clayton, who gave it up towards Lyon. Lyon plays on, gives it to Wind. Wind now from the wing, kicks towards half-forward, and Lynch has taken a beauty. Almost hurt himself. He just got his ankle and boots tangled up on Kerrison's shoulder as he started to head down towards the ground. But he's okay. 3 marks for the quarter, and Lynch, certainly wearing the right gloves, but not the right football boots, kicks in towards the forward pocket. Or Trewella, is he being paid? No, and rightly so. Off hands, a boundary throw in. Right forward pocket, and Fitzroy deep into attack.
And Lynch has gone to centre half forward now. Perhaps Curly Austin says, well, I'll get him out there. He can win the ball. We don't have to worry about his kicking so much.
From the throw in, Trewella tries to take the ball out of the air. McEwen goes to ground. Hand passes the ball up towards Wright, who knocks it towards 50. Battling hard is Gale. The ball picked up there by Tranter. From a standing start, kicks up towards the half-back line. Ironmonger punches the ball away from Monkhorst. Wynn's kick is intercepted. In fact, it goes into the face of Kerrison. Picked up by Clayton, kicks towards half-forward, almost a Fitzroy mark in that position. And it was Trewella who went up. There's going to be a free kick for over the shoulder. Advantage played. It went to Collingwood's Tony Shaw, but Russell gets it out towards Mullane. Mullane kicks the ball up towards the wing on the outer side, and a diving mark to Gavin Brown.
And the Magpies build the attack. He hand passes to Dacos, who can't pick it up. He soccers to Tuddenham. Tuddenham a centering kick towards Starcevic. Used the body well, but then didn't take the mark. On the ground, Fitzroy with numbers over it. Magpies giving away a free kick. Push in the back. Blakey to take it at centre half back. Kerrison copped a footy, as Peter said, right in the face, and really showed some toughness and guts as he shook his head and then ran after the ball to try and man up. Kick out to the wing by the Fitzroy player who took the free. Blakey finds Gale. Hand pass to Lynch, who's been a terrific player apart from his goal kicking. He kicks towards Roos, who's in a body battle and can't win the ball. Picked up by Dundas. Short kick should have been marked by Matera. He spilled it, taken by Turner. Hand pass to McEwen. Clearing kick finds Monkhorst. Out on the wing for Collingwood. A hand pass to Wright, who goes running away from a tired Gale. kicks towards half forward, but not well, not giving his forwards a chance. Out comes Manson, dives after it, but can't do anything with it. And the ball socket out to the boundary line by the Fitzroy defence for a throw-in. Collingwood's left half forward flank. The Roy's 25, the Magpies 19, approaching the 14-minute mark.
The Pies into attack, 50 metres out, left half forward flank. It'll be Manson and Ironmonger in ruck. Manson front position. Knocked it down, but it was a bit too strong there for McGuire. Dacos runs out of territory, and there'll be a further boundary throw-in.
Lyon asking for a free kick. He made a great tackle on Dacos, had him off balance on his left boot, and Dacos with nowhere to go. Took a little while to get the ball onto his boot, but the umpire satisfied that he'd got rid of it quickly enough. Manson gets the knock, but knocked it Fitzroy's way, and it's picked up by Gale, who with some momentum up has a couple of bounces and then kicks towards half forward. Lynch and Morwood. Lynch, almost a clever mark as he was jostling Morwood. It was a terrific body contest, and Lynch winning it, got the ball into one hand, tried to clutch it to his chest and couldn't quite do so, and it fell out of bounds. So a throw-in between the wing and the half-forward flank for Fitzroy now. Monkhorst from behind Ironmonger. Lovely work, Crackers. You would have delighted in that. Down to Russell. Kick to half-forward where Blakey takes a fine mark. Got one grab at it and then went falling back to get a second bite and caught it on the way down.
The man on the mark, Krasiska, not having a good game. Kick by Blakey from half-back. Up towards McEwen, but he's behind Truella. The ball goes to Gale. Runs in towards Scotty Clayton. Gale gets it out towards Wind, who gets a little kick with his left foot. Goes about 15 metres. Picked up by Tuddenham. Loose ball comes to Monkhorst. From a standing start from half-back. Kicks up towards half-forward. Blakey comes out and backs his judgment, but the ball just deflects away. Picked up by Krasiska. Handball on towards McGuire, but there's that leather magnet again to the right, and it's a behind to Collingwood. How many behinds at that end of the ground, Gerard?
Only 13.
13.
1-13.
It's pretty hard to kick a goal when you're looking back to see who's chasing you rather than looking at the goals, though, isn't it? Mickey McGuire.
Fitzroy,
terrible.
2-13-25. Collingwood 2-8-20, and the kick-in has been marked by Gale. Let's get a score from VFL Park only. David Mackay.
Carlton by 19 points at the 8-minute mark. Carlton 5-3-33, lead Hawthorn 2-2-14.
Collingwood building the attack again as they made an interception on the centre line, and short kick finds McGuire about 70 metres from goal. He goes to a lead from Brown, who takes the mark out at the 50. Distance might just be beyond him, and trying to kick goals at that end is well nigh impossible. He goes for Monkhorst, who got away from Ironmonger, and he has marked 45 metres out directly in front. Crackers.
What's the bet in Crackers?
He kicks to me straight at training. It's a bit of a worry.
Yes, but these are goalposts, not witches' hats.
It's actually what he did, Jen, was very, very good, sneaking in there at centre half forward, and Johnny Ironmonger letting get in there, and a great option by Gavin Brown, but he's usually a straight kick monkey.
He's played a good last 5 minutes. He's done three very good things. Now in he comes. He kicks out towards the right, and it's off direction, and that scoreboard end has now produced 1 goal 14 in a quarter and a half. Collingwood have got the disease. They're 2-9-21. Fitzroy 2-13-25. We'll go the rest of the way around the grounds. Clelo at the MCG.
Yes, 15 minutes gone in this second quarter, and Melbourne and 9-5, 59 to Richmond 3-6-24. Mike Moncrief.
17-minute mark. St Kilda by 11 points. 6 goals, 12-48 to North Melbourne 6-1-37.
From the kick-in by Pert, a very good mark on the point of the square by Wright, who delivers to centre half forward, and Krasiska, the man I had mentioned about 90 seconds ago, is having a fairly ordinary game. Has had 2 good possessions. He's marked about 45 metres out directly in front. Drop punch for goal at that end, yes, and he's done it to the right. Off his left boot, the ball has gone to the right for yet another behind at that scoreboard end. Have a look at the scoreboard. 4 goals, 23 kicked in toto. Fitzroy 2-13, Collingwood 2-10, and the Roy's lead by 3 points. We're just under 18 minutes in this second quarter in fine, cool conditions at Princes Park.
Pert, a dangerous looking short pass, but he's good enough to deliver it with precision, and Blakey marks it in the back pocket. He had 2 Collingwood players coming at him. Now he goes dangerously across ground. It's a half volley for Lyon. Socket off the ground. Tuddenham runs onto it, snaps at goal and misses from 5 metres out. Collingwood 2-11, Fitzroy 2-13. Was that a groan of dismay and disgust, Crackers?
His father wouldn't be very happy with him at the moment, or his uncles or anybody. He just could have kicked it off the ground. He decided to make a certainty of it and snuffed it.
His dad might be listening. He won't be seeing it. I think this game is not being beamed north today. More likely Carlton and Hawthorn. Okay, Gary Pert to put the ball back into play from the main scoreboard end. Kicks the ball up towards the point of the square. Truella there. Oh, big McEwen got up high. Couldn't mark. Dacos the hand pass from Mullane. Didn't find its target. Dacos tries to tidy up, which he does very effectively. And neatly with a foot pass on the attacking side of the centre. Finds right. 11th kick, McGuan leads at centre half forward. He's got a heavy knock from behind. Fairly, though. And it may have just taken the wind out of him, the puff. But he gets up and has a look and says, well, I'm about 50 metres out from goal directly in front. A slight breeze behind me and a chance of kicking it.
Smooth, I mentioned last week a scoreline from my childhood when City in the Northern Tasmanian Football Association kicked 4.25. Now, if he kicks it behind, we'll have a cumulative scoreline of 4.25.
So Mick McGuan, 50 metres out from goal. Is he going for a torp? I think he might be. Hello, Diddle. No, he's going for drop punt. A little two-step there as he kicked it. I think he's put it through. He has.
5.24.
5.24. That's not the time here in Eastern Australia either. Fitzroy 2.13.25. Trail Collingwood 3.11.29. David Mackay at BFL Park.
Carlton by 25 points at the 12-minute mark. Carlton 6.3.39. Lead Hawthorn at 2.2.14. Clelo.
With 17 minutes gone in the second quarter, Melbourne are 9-5. They're now 9-6, which is 60 to Richmond 4-6, 30. Mike Munn.
20-minute mark sees St Kilda lead by 9 points. There's 6-12-48. North Melbourne at 6-3-39.
And the Magpies by 4 points after finally breaking through. From the ball up, Dacos tries some inspirational stuff out of the centre as he went bursting through a pack and gets a free kick for being held when not in possession. But his shadow, Scott Clayton, who's done well, gives him a bit of cheek, and Dacos gives a bit back. Short kick from Dacos was meant for Tony Shaw, but Jimmy Wind intercepts and gets a paddle for Fitzroy, but it's straight to Monkhorst, who is doing well at the moment. He gives a hand pass towards Shaw under pressure. Hand pass to Mullane, who's been quiet. A left footer in towards full forward. Brown up. Might have been pushed in the back. Play on, says the umpire. In goes Lyon to tidy up for Fitzroy. Floats a hand pass to the ever-energetic Blakey. He gives a lovely long hand pass to Gale, who kicks with the left boot towards the wing. Nothing to go to there. He might have been to the... No, he hasn't been to the John Beckwith School of kicking out of bounds accidentally because it stayed in play, but the Fitzroy boys get a free kick. Tranter was caught in possession and he gives away 50 as well. So that'll bring him down towards the half. It'll bring Dundas, who's got the ball, well into the 50. Tranter comes down and stands about 40 metres from goal, and suddenly a ball that was probably Collingwood's in the first instance, if Tranter had done the job, becomes a shot for goal for Dundas of Fitzroy. He kicks. Has he got the distance and hit the post? They have kicked 5 posters in their total of 2.14.26. Collingwood 3.11.29.
Stan, Crackers.
Yes, well, I just thought that that was against the trend again because Colin was lifted, and I think one of the reasons it lifted is that the great man himself, Dacos, down there is very, very energetic on that forward line, along with Mick McGuan. They've made a big difference to this Collingwood side in this quarter.
Kicks into to Shaw, who gave it to Gafer. Gafer out towards the wing where Gavin Brown's got it. Handball on towards Tuttenham, who tries to get a handle for it. Eventually he does. 60 metres out from goal. A centering kick towards centre half forward. Almost a mark to McGuan. McGuan is there, this way, that way. A left foot snapping towards the pocket. Which way will the ball break? The wrong way. It really just about held its line. It needed to break a little to the left to go through for a goal, but it held its line from that snap. Another behind on the post at that main scoreboard end. Fitzroy 2.14.26, Collingwood 3.12.30, and we've played 22.5 minutes second quarter.
Hurt. Goes for Ironmonger. Monkhorst wearing him like a glove. Gets the spoil, but straight to Wind, who gives a hand pass to Lyon, who kicks towards the centre line. A bouncing ball taken by Gafer for Collingwood. Hand pass to Shaw and a nice hand pass to Russell, who's in the clear forward of the centre. He goes for Manson's lead. Can't quite hang on, but Brown supports him. Gives a lovely hand pass to Dacos, who can line them up from 25 out and drills it. That's the play of the day. Magpies moved the ball with authority. And they kicked to 4.12.36. Fitzroy 2.14.26.
Yes, Dacos, as I said before, he really has lifted. He was thrown into the centre and to get the running game going, and he was getting the ball down. And Gavin Brown, who I thought was also along with Mickey McGuan. Gavin Brown has been very lively. Gavin's actually been moved out to centre half forward because his mobility in that out there is giving them a target. They're giving the defence a target to come out of it. And isn't it magnificent to see Brown and Dacos together? And why did we just expect Dacos to kick that goal when everybody's kicking points? There's something about him, isn't there?
From the centre bounce, Ironmonger down to Wind, who kicks towards centre half forward, punched away by Kerrison, taken away by Turner. Ball into the centre, picked up by Krasiska. A long kicking towards centre half forward, and a cut in the mark. 45 metres out from goal, just a smidge off centre, and Tuddy with that little breeze behind him, and the Magpies a chance to score another goal. Collingwood 4-12, Fitzroy 2-14. We're just beyond 24 minutes in this quarter. We'll check all other venues on this kick from Paul Tuddenham, replacing Barwick. Christian off with a hamstring. Tuddy kicks towards goal. No, it won't be a goal. Almost a mark to Manson, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in. Let's wait on the boundary throw-in before we check other venues. Haythorne coming on for Fitzroy. Didn't see who went off. Brockhurst, boundary throw-in. Left forward pocket, Collingwood into attack. The ball knocked down towards Collingwood's goal. Picked up by Starcevich, grabbed a bit high by Lyon. The ball taken by Clayton. Plates the handball away. And now Fitzroy from halfback kicked the ball up towards the wing. Gafer is there. The ball goes behind him. Collingwood have numbers 2-1. The ball being delivered up the ground by Lyon initially, and there'll be a boundary throw in right below our commentary position. Let's get a score from VFL Park only. David Mackay.
Carlton by 27 points at the 17-minute mark. Carlton 6-5-41, lead Hawthorn 2-2-14.
At the throw-in, it's Ironmonger versus Monkhorst, and Monkhorst gets a run at it, does it beautifully too, right below his mentor, Crackers Keenan, up towards the half-forward line where Kerrison paddles it to Tuddenham. Good hand pass to Russell, just beats the kick at tackle and kicks up towards the forward pocket. But Stevens fists the ball away from Starcevich out of bounds for a throw-in. Clelo at the G.
Yes, we're 22 minutes into this second quarter, and Melbourne lead by 6 goals. But Justin Pickering of Richmond has just been reported for striking stretch. Melbourne 10-6-66, Richmond 4-6-30, Mike Moncrief.
Just before we go there, ball back in play, and Collingwood looked as though they might break away and kick a goal, but no, it's not on. Fitzroy working it out to the boundary line again for another throw-in. Mike?
26-minute mark, St Kilda by 21 points, 8-13-61, North 6-4-40.
Back here at Princess Park into time on by a minute. And Collingwood 36 leading Fitzroy 26. Low scoring game, but plenty on the behind register. From the throw-in, Ironmonger knocks the ball down. Picked up by Mullane. Mullane's kick a real rugby up and under in hope more than anything else. And almost a free kick to a Fitzroy player as a Collingwood player was behind. That was Brown. It was Lyon. Thought the tackle might have been just a little bit high, but wasn't. Deemed the field umpire a boundary throw in. The Pies into attack. Left half forward flank. Starcevich and Ironmonger, who takes the ball out of the air, runs away from Starcevich on his left foot, kicks up towards the wing. One ruckman to another, but Monkhorst, there was an infringement either against Monkhorst or McEwen. Truella's got the free kick. Handball across to Kapler. Kapler's kicked the half forward, punched down by Gafer. In front of the pack was Russell. He turned the hand pass to Tranter. Runs away from Matera. Kicks the ball up towards the wing. A chance here for Brown. Brown and Bunn. Bunn, good use of the body. Excellent use of the body. Knocks the ball up towards the wing. First there is Armstrong. Almost a neat right-handed pickup. But couldn't quite just hook the ball in. It's close to the boundary on that southern wing. And there's going to be a boundary throw in between wing and half forward. About 2.5 kicks from Collingwood's goal. Collingwood 4-12-36, Fitzroy 2-14-26, Ironmonger in ruck, and also Monkhorst. Monkhorst from the side, a big thump. Wright might get there first, or in Krasiska, but the ball beats them both, and there'll be a boundary throw-in. We've had 2.5 minutes of extra time in the second quarter, and the Magpies lead the Roys by 10 points.
And suddenly, the Roys not in the contest. Collingwood doing all the attacking, as Fitzroy did for about a quarter and 5 or 10 minutes. From the throw-in, Ironmonger gets a kick to the wing, and Lyon, who looks as though... No, it's not Lyon, it's Truella, who took a good mark, tried to play on though and lost it. Taken by Krasiska, who kicks across ground for Collingwood. It's just forward of the centre to Tuddenham, who gets a little two-handed knock to Russell, who from the 50 kicks to full forward. Has he got the distance? Not quite. And Pert in the last line takes the mark for the Roys. Kicks to a lead from Kapler, and that's a good play. Runs onto a lovely bounce. And now Kapler steadies on the left boot, delivers to Roos, not so good. Meets him on the half volley. Support though from Aythorne. who kicks Fitzroy deep into attack. Lynch up with one hand, couldn't quite mark it. Kicker tried to take the crumb, couldn't quite trap the ball. Pack forms and umpire Coates comes into bounce about 35 metres out from Fitzroy's goal. The Roys 2-14-26. The Magpies 4-12-36. At the ball up, McEwen, a big fist on the ball, out to the boundary line and over Fitzroy's right half forward flank.
Good to see Big Ronnie showing a bit of aggression with that thump towards the boundary. He looked as if he meant that.
And he doesn't look a better player,
he does
when he does that.
Yeah.
Yes.
From the throw-in, Ironmonger knocks it down at his feet. Who'll emerge with the ball? That was McEwen again, who's on the base of that pack and showed a lot of endeavour. And
big men should play big style football. That's the way to play it. Bit of ginger in him.
Almost half time here, but it's on Fitzroy's half forward line. Monkhorst gets a favourable bounce straight down the throat of Tranter. Ruckworth's work superb by Monkhorst. Tranter's kick up towards the wing. McGuan is there, and Lyon, and the ball, we presume, we can't see it, is over for a boundary throw in. Collingwood 4-12 at Princes Park, and Fitzroy 2-14. For you listeners interstate, conditions are quite cool, about 17 degrees. High cloud, but very pleasant, and the ground surface terrific. From the throw-in, it's Dundas getting Fitzroy forward again. Off the back of the pack, Lynch, a hand pass on to Roos. Can he pick it up? He's 25 metres out, gets onto his right boot. The fans like it, and he's put it through for a goal almost on half-time for Fitzroy. Roos is telling 1 goal too. And the scoreboard sees Collingwood 4-12-36 to Fitzroy 3-14-32. The Magpies by 4 points. David Mackay at VFL Park.
Carlton by 21 points at the 22-minute mark of the second term. Carlton 6-5-41, lead Hawthorn 3-2-20. Clelo.
27 minutes gone in this second quarter, and Bennett has kicked 5 from Melbourne. They are 11-6-72 to Richmond 5-6-36. Mike Moncrief.
Half-time at Robin Season, Kilda lead by 20 points, 8-13-61, North 6-5-41.
At the bounce, the Lions into attack again. They might just, no, they won't. I was going to say they might grab the lead by half-time, but at half-time they trail, in fact, by 4 points. Collingwood 4-12-36, Fitzroy 3-14-32. So an hour of football has produced 7 goals, 26 here at Princes Park, and the Magpies are 4-point leaders at the half-time siren. Manson 2 goals, McGuan and Dave
marks, and also Grant and Taylor's been quite effective as well.
Righto, Mike, we're about to go here, so we'll leave it there. Any score in the third quarter?
No, they're just starting, but McCarthy has a shot for goal from about 40 metres out.
The centre bounce here at Princes Park to start the third quarter. Free kick. And it's going Fitzroy's way to be taken by Wind. 19 possessions in the first half. Lyon 12. For Collingwood, Russell 16. Shaw 14. McGuan and Monkhorst 12. Kicked by Wind up towards centre-half forward. Gafer couldn't mark the ball, but Morwood comes through the pack and does pretty well. Kicks the ball from the half-back line and finds Mullane on the half-back flank. Feeds the hand pass to McEwen, who doesn't really go anywhere with it. Gives it back to Mullane, and a very ordinary kick by Mullane, but luckily finds Russell. So Russell for possession number 17, kicks it towards centre-half forward. Dacos is there, but he's not in the contest at the moment. Picked up by Clayton from the standing start. Wobbles the ball back in towards the centre. Punched away Matera from Turner. Picked up by Armstrong. Fitzroy with a slight breeze, going up towards centre-half forward. Good defensive work there by Gay for the punch the ball away from Roos, but it rebounds back towards Roos. A left foot kick, and it breaks the right way, and Fitzroy score a goal in the first 68 seconds of this third quarter and lead by 2 points. Bruce's second goal. Scoreboard Fitzroy 4-14-38 to Collingwood 4-12-36. Stanley.
Well, I wonder if this is a sign of things to come, because in the first half we're saying they couldn't kick them, and then Paul Roos has swung out of the pack. He's dropped the ball on his left foot. It's dribbled along the ground going towards the points, and then it's done a nice little break. I don't know if it was an off break, a leg break. You could probably tell me that, Tim, and has gone through for a goal. It's been a very exciting start by the Fitzroy side.
Looked like a well-disguised wrong-un to me, Stanley, but brought up 4 points, and Roos it was who kicked the goal just before half-time, so he's kicked 2 in about a minute and a half. But Collingwood storm out of the centre through Krzyzewska. Oh, a mark that should have been taken, missed in Fitzroy's defence by Lyon, but they've still got possession. Clayton gets a kick out towards the half-back flank where Michael Gale can't keep it in play and takes it over the boundary line to be thrown in. Left half-forward flank for the Maggies.
Jim, the free kicks up till half-time. 9 Fitzroy, 10 Collingwood.
Fitzroy by 2 points with a goal after a minute in the second half. At the throw-in, it's Monkhorst beating Ironmonger. Still no sign of Rendell, who's warmed the bench all day. Ball close to the boundary line, still on Collingwood's half-forward line. Wynn picks it up, twists and turns, but can't keep it in play, and he takes it over for another throw-in 50 metres from the Magpies' goal.
Ironmonger and Monkhorst in ruck, side by side. Hard to tell who got best purchase there. Won't give either one, I don't think. The ball comes down towards Wind. He might have been legged. He's on the ground. Players hovering over the ball. And there'll be a ball up about 40 metres out from goal. The Magpies into attack, kicking towards the Robert Heatley stand end. We're broadcasting from the northern side in the John Elliott stand here at Princes Park this afternoon. Fitzroy 4-14, Collingwood 4-12. Ball up. The ball comes down, taken by Gale of Fitzroy. Kicks the ball up towards half-back, and Turner there in front of Matera has taken the mark. Now, Turner plays on quickly on his right foot, kicks to within about 30 metres out from goal. Ironmonger up, can't get the second grab. In front of the pack, roving it beautifully. Dacos swings onto his left boot, kicks in towards goal, and has put it through. Collingwood get the equaliser in this third quarter. It came 3.5 minutes in, where Fitzroy's came 1 minute in, and the scoreboard Collingwood 5-12-42 to Fitzroy 4-14-38. Crackers Keenan.
Well, it amazes me. He was running away from goal and he kept on getting further away. He's pushed on his left foot and he's absolutely, no wonder they call him the marble, the Macedonian marble. He was a tremendous goal under a lot of pressure. Well done, Peter Dacos, and Collingwood needed just an artist's work.
Yes, absolutely, and I love the way he backed his pace. He just knew that he had enough of it to beat off whoever was coming at him, even getting on in years as he is. Collingwood win it out of the centre again. Kraziska a hand pass to McEwen. Kick towards McGuan on the half-forward line. Lyon, though, playing him close. McGuan wins the exchange. Chip left footer in towards Russell. Dives can't take the mark. In goes Starcevic. Gutsy stuff. Hand pass to Shaw. An uncharacteristic fumble though by the skipper. Oh, Armstrong running at the ball, ran straight into Monkhorst's shoulder. Lost the run of it. Taken by Shaw. Hand pass to Starcevic. Collingwood looking good. Long kick, but Manson falls over. And an easy mark taken back in defence by Pert of Fitzroy right on the scoreline.
Almost 5 minutes of play, third term. Football on 3LO network stations. Tim Lane and Peter Booth describing the action from Princes Park. Trewella goes up, can't mark that kick of Pert's. Hand pass by Mullane was meant for McEwen. McEwen kicks to the man on the mark. And I was just looking back.
Mullane's hurt his knee.
And McEwen's hurt himself too. So Mullane's down with his left knee. McEwen's limping, but Mullane more worried about him. The kick in towards centre half forward for Fitzroy. A chance here for Matera as Collingwood backmen are starting to work overtime. Picked up by Turner. Turner, his hand pass is not a good one. Intercepted by Armstrong. In turn goes Tony Shaw. Trying to barge through is Gale of Fitzroy. He's grabbed. He was held onto for far too long. And he's going to get the free kick, and very, very good umpiring. And Mullane, Tim, you've got the glasses on him.
Yeah, it looks serious. He's being lifted up. Now, he's putting some weight on it. Whether that's a good sign or not, Crackers, I'm not sure. They're testing it to see whether it can carry weight.
He had a knee injury last year. Remember, he did a medial ligament and was out for a couple of weeks now. He'd be very, very concerned about that.
This is the left. Is that the one?
Not sure. OK, well, he's still on. Plenty of attention. He's coming off now, but Gale, main scoreboard end, got a free kick for being held, and he was held after the ball went well away from the action. He was held on to for probably 2 or 3 seconds, it seemed. So the free kick was certainly on and was well paid by the field umpire, Rich. Gale, 30 metres out. Drop punch for goal. He's put it through. So Fitzroy rests back the lead as Richardson comes on to replace Mullane. The scoreboard at Princes Park, Fitzroy 5-14-44, Collingwood 5-12-42. Let's see if they're started at BFL Park with our score updates.
Not just, just about to start, Peter, with Carlton leading by 33 points. Carlton 8-5-53, leading Hawthorn 3-2-20. Clelo. 4
minutes into the third quarter, and there's still a 6-goal advantage to Melbourne. They are 11-7 to 5-7. Mike Moncrief.
7 minutes into the third quarter, St Kilda leading by 19 points. 8-15-63, North 6-8-44.
Fitzroy 5-14-44, Collingwood 5-12-42. Mullane carried off with a knee injury, and the Magpies are down to 18 able-bodied men. They're in trouble. Ironmonger gets a good knock for Fitzroy. Running onto it is a Fitzroy player who gets it off to Armstrong. It was Trewella who gave it to Armstrong to Kapler. Back to the running Trewella. Inside the 50. Bad kick towards full forward. And Shane Morwood did very well to out-hustle Roos and then take a low mark on his chest. He kicks to half-back dangerously, and it doesn't find the target, but there's support there from Wright, who gives a hand pass on to Kraziska. who has a look over the shoulder, sees he's clear. A hand pass to Shaw now on the centre line. He has a bounce. He's got Kraziska there to give a shepherd. Another bounce by Shaw, who kicks up towards the forward pocket. From behind, Manson didn't look like marking. The ball hits the deck and is cleared by the Lions. Lyon, who gets a low kick which scrubs its way across the boundary line to be thrown in on Collingwood's left half forward flank.
Fitzroy by 2 points, just under 8 minutes in the third quarter. Really good game, enjoying it. The boundary throw in. Ironmonger front position, knocks the ball down, but to no one. Tuddenham first there. They sweat on him, and there'll be a ball up on 50 with Fitzroy into attack. Sorry, Collingwood into attack on their left half forward flank, just near that Fitzroy dugout on the southern side. Up they go, knocked down by Monkhorst towards the boundary line. A desperate attempt by Matera and Kraziska, but by Matera to keep it in, but couldn't do so, and there'll be a boundary throw in. Fitzroy 5-14, Collingwood 5-12. Overcast. It looks like on the verge of rain out there, but the surface here at Princes Park this year is superb. Monkhorst the knockdown, but no one can take clean possession of it. Picked up by Stevens of Fitzroy. Handball to Gale, having a very good game. Out wide he goes to Trawella. Despoiled from behind by McEwen. It's over for yet another boundary throw in. Fitzroy 5-14, Collingwood 5-12. St Kilda a handy lead at Moorabbin. The Demons doing it well at the MCG, and the quarter about 2 minutes in at VFL Park with Carlton 5.5 goals up. Monkhorst a beautiful tap down taken by Russell. Russell's kick towards centre half forward. Manson out and takes a very good mark. He arched his body late, then pushed himself forward. He had a bit of a gap on his opponent, and he's taken a good mark about 35 metres out from goal. We'll check all the other scores after this kick. Fitzroy lead by 2 points. 9 minutes in the third term. Now Manson drop punts on its way, and it's going to be touch and go. I think he's put it through. Yes, he's happy with that one, and he's put it through for his third. And the scoreboard sees Collingwood 6 goals, 12-48, leading by 4 points. Fitzroy 5-14-44. David Mackay.
Still Carlton by 33 points at the 3-minute mark. Carlton 8-5-53, Hawthorn 3-2-20. Clelo.
It's a 5-goal advantage now to Melbourne at the 7-minute mark. They're 11-7-73 to Richmond 6-7-43. Mike.
11-minute mark at St Kilda. A goal to Clarkson. The difference now 14 points. St Kilda 8-16-64. North 7-8-50.
Great contest here at Princes Park. The lead changing hands 3 times in this quarter already. Ironmonger a mighty knock out of the centre to the running Lynch, who kicks deep into the forward pocket to Roos, who takes the mark in front of Morwood. Nothing Morwood could do about that as the Lions got it so quickly out of the centre. Morwood was still within centimetres of Roos, but just couldn't thump the ball out of his hands. And now Roos going for goal number 3. And to give Fitzroy the lead back, he comes in. It's on its way. It looks pretty good. He's done it. He's kicked 2 goals in this quarter, one just before half-time. And he really is giving the Lions something to kick to up forward. Fitzroy 6-14-50, Collingwood 6-12-48.
And we've been treated to a magnificent exhibition in the first, 7 or 8 minutes of this quarter. We've seen, 5 goals have been scored, but it's really been the way that both sides have gone about this contest. It has been tremendous. Obviously, they've responded to what their coaches have said at half-time. Everybody is trying to lift themselves. Even Matthew Armstrong, who's really had a dog of the day in the first half, he's throwing himself in. But all over, this is a magnificent contest at the moment.
The Roy's by 2 points. Ironmonger gets the ball out of the centre towards Gale, who's tackled from behind by Wright. A good fair tackle. The ball reefed away from his body. Taken by Shaw up towards half forward. There's going to be a free kick against Starcevic to be taken by Stevens. Starcevic holding on. Now Stevens doesn't know where to go. He'll probably go straight down the middle. No, he'll go to the right corridor, out towards Matera in front of Turner. And he's marked about 2 kicks out from goal. The lead from Roos again. Finds him. Pinpoint on the chest. Terrific stuff from Fitzroy. 7th mark to Paul Roos. He has scored 3 goals 2 in the score. A tally so far of 6-14. He's 15 metres out, maybe a tinge less. Drop punts for goal. It's on its way. It is a beauty, and scores another one. 2 in a minute to Paul Roos. 4 goals to Roos, and the Roy boys lead by 8 points at Princes Park. Score check. Fitzroy 7-14-56. Collingwood 6-12-48. Crackers.
They better get Mickey Gaither back on him, who had him in jail there for a while and was frustrating, but Paul Morwood just giving him too much scope, too much room. And I know that Morwood was getting chopped up by Lynch, who was kicking kicking points, but that was a great bit of play by Fitzroy.
Lane mobile, but not on, Tim.
3 goals to Roos in this quarter, and the Lions in front, and they get a free kick out of the centre as Tony Shaw tried to beat the pack. Got caught and pays the penalty. Free kick to Gale. Rough, tough tackler if ever there was one. Kicks towards a lead from Roos, and he had his hands around it and couldn't quite hang on. Cleaned up for Collingwood by Turner, who runs across the goal face, has one bounce, goes for Monkhorst. The big fellow was pushed in the back by Ironmonger and must take a free kick on the half-back line for Collingwood. 13 minutes, third term. Crucial stage in the match. Fitzroy getting on top, and the Magpies have to find something. Kick from Monkhorst towards Brown, couldn't quite hold it to his chest. Good spoil from behind from Bunn, and it goes over the boundary line down below us for a throw-in right on the wing. Fitzroy 7-14, Collingwood 6-12, and the Lions with an 8-point break. Monkhorst climbs high and gets a knock, but Clayton takes it away from Dacos. Sockers it towards Kapler. Here's danger. He's on his preferred boot. He has a bounce and loses it. Gets it back just outside the 50. Lovely free swinging left footer. Roos almost held a mark, but the ball rushed through for a behind. Fitzroy now hammering away at the goal. 7-15-57, Collingwood 6-12-48.
Tick under 14 minutes in the third quarter. Now Morwood not sure where to go. McEwen's a little bit loose on the half-back line.
Mullane's back.
Mullane's back, yep. That's good news for, Mullane and Collingwood. And from the kick-in, the ball's been punched away by Truella, and there'll be a boundary throw-in. So Mullane is okay. All of his friends, relations can breathe a little sigh of relief. That left knee is A-OK at the mo. The boundary throw-in. Up they go. Ironmonger takes the ball out of the air, feeds it to Dundas, but set upon by Tony Shaw. High tackle almost there on Armstrong, but the field umpire, Rich, just surveying play from the right position about 12 or 13 metres away to the side. As tempers have become just a little bit flared, a little bit of infighting there, but it didn't amount to very much. And there'll be a ball up. The crowd quite vocal, and the reason why you might be able to hear them in the effects microphone, we're so far away. And in this John Elliott stand, we're way back off play. From the ball up, Tranter can't get a decent kick. Picked up there by Stevens. Handball across to Dundas. Dundas in towards centre half forward. One grab, Lynch almost. The ball knocked in front of the pack. Dacos does well to clear the ball from centre half back. Dacos on the ball. Kicks the ball up towards Richardson, who can't mark. Tuddenham best to recover. Turns beautifully. Then kicks the ball in towards centre half forward. The lead from Brown. Plays on after taking a very good mark. On the point of the square, the lead from Manson. Pert goes to punch from the side. Kick off the ground by McGuire. All he has to do is pick it up if he can and kick towards goal. He hand passes backwards in towards Krasiska. Handball on the right from the standing starters. Misses. He blazes away from 25 metres out and has pushed it too far to the right for a behind. Oh boy, score check. Fitzroy 7-15-57. Collingwood 6-13-49. Score check all venues. David Mackay at the park.
22-point lead to Carlton at the 9-minute mark. Carlton 8-6-54 lead Hawthorn 5-2-32. Clelo.
13 minutes gone in the third quarter. Now it's a 29-point advantage to Melbourne. They're 12-7-79 to Richmond 7-8-50. Mike Moncrief.
At Moorabbin, 17-minute mark, McDonald's having a shot for goal, but at the moment it's St Kilda leading by 14 points, 9-16-70, North 8-8-58.
Collingwood still in attack. There's a pack developing on the half-forward line and a ball up about 40 metres out, directly in front of Collingwood's goal. Fitzroy 7-15-57. Collingwood 6-13-49. An 8-point lead to the Lions.
Mickey Gaffer's back there again.
Ironmonger and Monkhorst share the honours. Monkhorst gets a second knock at it. Chance for Collingwood. Richardson to McGuire. Snap at goal, but under pressure. And he puts it out on the full. So a free kick to Perth beside the behind post in the back pocket for the Lions. Mike Moncrief. Was McDonald's shot good?
Kicked a point. 13 points the difference in favour of St Kilda.
Good tackle by Kapler late there on McGuire. Saved the day for the Roys. Kick in by Perth from the out of bounds on the full. No one can mark. Well, Tony Shaw got a high tackle. Got pushed in the back. And there's a Fitzroy player down too with looks like a left knee injury. As Tony Shaw just pats him on the back to indicate, sorry mate, sorry chump, hope it's not too bad. Kick by Tony Shaw in towards centre half forward. Truella knocks the ball out towards Lyon. Lyon scoots the ball out towards Clayton, who's marked on the half back line. That Fitzroy player, they're calling for a stretcher, I think. The kick by Clayton around the wing on the outer side. It beats Tranter over, and there'll be a boundary throw in. We might have a stop in play here at Princes Park. In fact, I'm sure we will. In fact, Damien Monkhorst is just signalling to the umpire to stop play. So we have what looks to be a leg injury to the left leg of a Fitzroy player. Matthew Armstrong, is it?
Yes. He ran in to tackle Tony Shaw, who was on the ground, and he came over the top of him. He actually made contact with Tony Shaw's head. That's why Tony got a free kick. But in doing so, he's inflicted the injury himself as he's cannoned over, and I'm not sure whether it's a knee or his ankle's got caught and has twisted the knee. One of those two it is, unfortunately.
Very unlucky too, because Shaw, I thought, was lucky to get a free kick. He saw him coming and just turned his back and doubled over. And of course it brought Armstrong down awkwardly, and Shaw wound up with what was an extremely fortunate free kick.
Fitzroy by 8 points here. Delay, 18 minutes on the clock. It'll be a fairly long quarter now. Fitzroy 7:15:57. Collingwood 6:13:49. David Mackay at VFL Park. The Hawks got the first 2 goals in the third quarter.
That's true, but a goal then to Madden puts Carlton in front by 29 points at the 12-minute mark. Carlton 9-7-61 lead Hawthorn 5-2-32. Clelo.
We're 16 minutes into their third quarter, and Richmond are coming back. Hobbs just got his 5th goal, and they were 6 goals down. Now they're only 17 points. Melbourne are 12-7-79 to Richmond 9-8-62. Mike Moncrief.
20-minute mark, and St Kilda lead by 14 points, 9-17-71, North 8-9-57.
A little bit of indecision by the trainers here, because Armstrong down on the half-forward flank, not too far away from the Fitzroy dugout, and I think they were trying to bring him across the interchange line, but if he's as bad as he looks, he's been carted off on the stretcher. They've been sent back, and they've gone the direct way home to the Fitzroy rooms. We'll be checking up on all the injuries after the game. Play underway.
And a Collingwood free kick. Player pushed in the back, and it's Russell, whose work Crackers acclaimed at half-time, and he's been very good again in the third quarter. Kicks long to the half-forward line. Dacos pursues the ball to the boundary line, but it beats him over for a throw-in between the wing and Collingwood's left half-forward flank. And let's hope for the best, but it doesn't look good for Armstrong, and maybe we'll be reading in the papers tomorrow and the next day about yet another serious knee injury. Ironmonger gets a nice knock, but Russell on the defensive side of the pack gives a hand pass to Tranter. One backwards to Mullane and a left foot kick to half forward. Richardson in front of Kapler, who makes a fine spoil and fists the ball back over the boundary line for a throw-in. 70 metres from Collingwood's goal. We're almost 20 minutes into the third term, and the Lions lead the Magpies by 8 points.
Football on 3 Alloa network stations from Princes Park. Boundary throw-in, knocked down by Monkhorst, but picked up there by Blakey, and Blakey's kick is out on the full. It'll be a free kick to Tranter on that city or southern side wing. That's the furthest wing from our broadcast point. In fact, Tranter's leaving it for Tony Shaw, who goes short to Monkhorst, who's marked between wing and half forward. But Collingwood still a good hefty 2 kicks out from goal. He goes square towards centre half forward, 40 metres out from goal. Punched away from Clayton from Tuddenham. Little help on there from Wind, and finds Line. Line backwards to Blakey, and Blakey a handball towards Clayton. But Tuddenham doing a lot of in-work there and does it pretty well. Wind comes out with a hard ball. Handball out towards Line. Line scrubby kick towards half forward to Trewella. McEwen is there. McEwen wins that duel. Grabbed by Kickett, but McEwen's strength gets him out of the tackle. From centre half back, Big Ronnie kicks the ball up towards the crest on our northern side of the ground. First to get there will be Wind. This way, that away. He might have to go double backwards. He does. Then kicks the ball towards the point of the square, where a good mark is taken by Morwood, and he really has taken quite a few very good marks today. That's mark number 6 in defence for Collingwood. Fitzroy 57, Collingwood 49. Short kick by Morwood. Didn't gain much. He had to do it because he really couldn't find a target and didn't want to give the ball away to the opposition player by just a willy-nilly kick 35 metres further up the ground. So the mark taken by McEwen, and the purposeful kick. The ball punched away there by Fitzroy. Wind in front of the pack with Mullane as the ball and players go out of view for a boundary throw-in. 21.5 minutes in what will be a fairly long quarter now, probably in excess of 30 minutes, with the goals having been scored and the delay with Armstrong going off. Fitzroy 57, Collingwood 49. Boundary throw-in.
Monkhorst, another lovely piece of ruck work, but the Magpies not able to accept it cleanly at the base of the pack. They gain about 20 metres with a knock-on towards the boundary line on the half-forward flank, and there will be a ball up. Executed by umpire Andrew Coates, who bounces now. Ironmonger beats Monkhorst this time, straight to Mullane, who fumbled the ball through his fingers and over the line for another throw-in. Fitzroy 7-15, Collingwood 6-13. The Lions by 8 points, wrestling between the two giants, neither getting near the ball. Lyon takes it for Fitzroy, gets onto his left boot, kicks towards the wing. Dundas held by the jumper, no free kick. Soccer kick by Wind up towards half forward, kick and held when not in possession, and takes a free kick for Fitzroy.
He's been quiet, Tim.
Yes, he has. He kicks short in towards centre half forward, and Lynch takes an excellent mark. Good hands there, because Mullane was trying to spoil, but Lynch held on. Kicks now long to full forward. Ruse is the target. He's in good position. He can't hold on. The ball through for a behind. Fitzroy 7-16-58. Collingwood 6-13-49. And at this moment, Crackers, I have the feeling the Magpies are going to be battling to get back.
Well, it's a bit of a worry too. I'm just looking at Damien Monkhorst. He seems to be tiring a little bit. He's been doing a great job, but he's wearing out a bit. It's a worry.
Kick in by McEwen, looking for Monkhorst, but it wasn't very good directionally because it's been marked by that man I just said is having a quiet day, and kick it. Kicks it towards goal, and he is absolutely offline. He misses everything by about 15 metres from 50 metres out. How many kicks, Jared? 7 possessions for Kickett. Out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will go to Collingwood's Turner. Fitzroy 7-16, Collingwood 6-13. The kick by Turner. Floats outside 50, knocked down by Ironmonger. Knock on by, I think it was Wind, in towards the half-forward line, and the ball has gone over. I'm sure Ironmonger, I think, Stan, you gave him 3 votes last week, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
He'd be enjoying this tussle with Monkhorst. They probably respect one another with what they've done so far today. It's been really good. I've enjoyed watching them. Now the boundary throw in, and Monkhorst from behind may have got best, but I'm not sure. Wind did get a possession, but it didn't travel very far, and it's gone over again. Just a score from VFL Park, David Mackay.
30-point lead to Carlton at the 17.5-minute mark. Carlton 9-8-62, Hawthorn 5-2-32.
Clelo, we can squeeze you in.
Yes, we can. And Melbourne at 12-7-79. They're only 16 points in front. Richmond at 9-9-63. 21 minutes gone.
Great effort by the Tigers at the throw-in, and we'll go to Mike Moncrief shortly. Taken out of the air by Ross Lyon. Nowhere to go for him, and the ball taken over the line once more for another throw-in on Fitzroy's half-forward flank. Mike at Moorabbin.
And just when you're about to come over to me, Stuart Lowe's kicked a goal for St Kilda. That now gives them a 19-point lead again. They're 10-17-77, North 8-10-58.
The big men battle again. Down to Kickett it falls. He kicks into the pocket for Fitzroy. Tranter versus Dundas. Tranter was held. No free kick. But he got a knock towards Mullane, who kicks the ball towards the wing. Jostle here between Richardson and Aythorne. Richardson interfered, and Aythorne takes the free kick for Fitzroy. And the Lions looking the side more capable of scoring at the moment. Collingwood making hard work of it. Aythorne to half forward. McEwen backing back courageously. It wasn't McEwen. It was Gafer. Couldn't mark. McEwen at the base of the pack takes the ball. Is dispossessed though as he tries to hand pass. Picked up by Morwood. A hand pass to Tony Shaw, in trouble. Taken off him by Gale. Hand pass to Kickett. Kick towards full forward. Lynch on the edge of the square has taken the mark. Well, he couldn't find the big opening through that first half. He kicked 4 behinds, or 5 behinds. But surely this time, from point-blank range, he will kick his first and Fitzroy's 8th. And this will open, I think, the biggest lead in the match.
You were right, Tim. 4 in the first half and 1 in this quarter to make 5 behinds.
Now, he's taken a long time over it. You could excuse him for being a little worried. He had some relatively simple shots, but nothing as easy as this. In he comes from 15 metres out, and he's put it through. Suddenly the Magpie flags, which were waving in distraction, all went limp and dropped, and Fitzroy have kicked their 8th, and they kick away. 8-16-64. The Magpies 6-13-49.
Yes, and what has been an absolutely enthralling, to me, third quarter. It's an absorbing contest out there. There's just no easy kicks, and the game has been swinging backwards and forwards. I thought that Collingwood for the last 5 or 6 minutes had really fought to try and get back on even terms, because Fitzroy had got that little bit of a break, and that's a gigantic lead now, really, in the context of this game and what has been very, very tight.
About 4 minutes of play remaining in this third term. From the centre bounce, Monkhorst, the knock on by Mullane. The ball's still fluky. No clean possession yet, but a couple of sockets off the ground. Trewella, a hefty kick in towards full forward. It might beat the pack. Tranter, no, it's only a few metres out from goal. A chance there for Fitzroy and Dundas. Don't say he's hit the post, he has. Behind to Fitzroy, Matthew Dundas has scored 1 goal, 3. And that really would have put the cat among the pigeons, because as the ball came back after that last goal, I was looking across in the southern area to the Collingwood coaching hierarchy, and boy, were they pouring over a board there to try and get some moves going. Fitzroy 65, Collingwood 49.
6 posters to the Lions from the kick in. Ironmonger gets a hand pass to Matera, who's had very few touches. He's got one now. He gives it back to Ironmonger. Gets his kick off balance, though, out to the forward pocket. Dundas first there. Traps it beautifully. Goes the long way round. Has a look at the stick. Swings it back and has missed. Good effort by the youngster. Fitzroy 8, 18-66. Collingwood 6, 13-49. The difference is 17 points.
Bit hard to know what to do, Stan. You're on an angle, you're on an arc, you're running in towards goal. You've got guys probably better placed, screaming for it, but you've got the momentum going. It's hard to know whether to go for it or not.
The old saying is, when in doubt, you must have the shot.
Okay, from the kick in, almost a mark to Lynch on the half forward line, but the ball being carried further away from goal by Brockhurst on. Dacos clean bowl by that, the advantage of Gale. Gale kicks to Wind. Here comes another goal coming up for Fitzroy. 45 metres out. Jimmy Wind drop punch, a perfect kick from a 45-degree angle, and the Roy boys get another one. And they shoot away to a 4-goal lead close on three-quarter time. The scoreboard at Princess Park, Fitzroy 9-18-72, Collingwood 6-13-49, David Mackay at the park.
31-point lead to Carlton at the 22-minute mark. Carlton 9-9-63 lead, Hawthorn 5-2-32. Clelo.
We are 25 minutes into this third quarter, and I'm waiting for Nichols. Oh, the clown has missed. And Melbourne are 13-7-85 to Richmond 9-11-65. 20 points the difference down to Mike Moncrief.
Three-quarter time at Moorabbin. St Kilda enjoying a 20-point lead there. 10 goals, 18-78. North Melbourne, 8 goals, 10-58.
Collingwood in desperate trouble. Dacos puts them into attack, but Krzyzewska misses a chest mark. It's cleared away by Lyon for Fitzroy out to the wing. Socked by Kerrison wider, but picked up by Brockhurst. His kick smothered. He gets it back, gives a hand pass to Kickett, who manages to get around a Collingwood tackler, but then hand passes straight to Morwood, which was fine interception by the Magpie defender. Hand pass to Mullane. Short kick into half forward. Manson gets there on the bounce. An awkward one for him. Socket away by Pert towards Ironmonger. Under pressure, he gets a soccer kick to Lyon, who runs away from a tired Monkhorst. Lovely hand pass to Kapler. 55 out. Unloads with the long left footer, but it's offline. And Fitzroy have 9-19-73. Collingwood 6-13-49. The Lions by 4 goals, and at this moment going further ahead.
Crackers?
Well, they're playing great football at the moment, Fitzroy. They're backing each other up, and they're playing very, very direct, and they're finishing on, and they're making everything, every one of their contests their winner.
Kick in by Kerrison, beyond 50. Up goes Truella. Punch away from Monkhorst by Ironmonger. At the fall of the ball is McEwen, who scrubs the ball. It could be out on the full. We can't tell. No, it's not. Must have bounced just before the boundary line, and there'll be a boundary throw in. Overhang here of the Elliott stand. Fitzroy by 4 goals, close on three-quarter time. 9-19 to 6-13. The boundary throw in as Ironmonger tries to take the ball out of the air. Tuddenham gets a little nudge in the back as he goes to ground. Stevens to hand pass out of the pack. Doesn't find it's Mark Clayton. It's taken by Mullane, who kicks to half forward where it's marked by Brown. Now Brown's a good 2 kicks out from goal. In towards Krzyzewska. Uses the body delightfully on Blakey. And Gavin Krzyzewska thought about playing on and kicking the ball to Dacos, who was covered anyway by Clayton at centre half forward, but Krzyzewska should be able to kick this, shouldn't he, Crackers?
He's still looking, though. That's the only problem. He's not that confident about his kicking ability. He's still looking in the centre.
He's on the right half forward flank in front of the Carlton Social Club, about 12 metres in from the boundary, so there's plenty of opening there, and he'll kick from 45 metres. Now, he should be able to kick that far. He has, and it's an accurate kick, and he's put it through. So why the indecision? Because he seemed to have it covered once it left the boot all the way. Fitzroy by 3 goals here at Princess Park. 9-19-73. Collingwood 7-13-55.
And he heard those words of Stanley Alves ringing in his ears. When in doubt, have a shot.
Yeah, well, it's very important, and it was also very important, I think, from Collingwood's point of view to get that goal back. And that the way he did it in the final analysis was the way, because it was done with confidence and purpose. And that's what you want as a team out there, those sort of things to occur.
Ironmonger gets the knock, but Mullane Sharks on the defensive side of the pack. Gives a hand pass to Wright, pursued by Gale. He gives a hand pass to Shaw, who should have kept going, I think, but he propped. Now he kicks high, not very well. It's Manson front position, can't mark. Dacos off the hands of the pack, one way then the other. Left foot shot towards goal. It's a miracle if he's done it. He hasn't. It's a behind. Collingwood 7-14-56. Fitzroy 9-19-73. 17 points the margin at the 32-minute mark of a long quarter. Do we have quarter time? Three-quarter time. David Mackay.
No, 26-point lead to Carlton at the 26-minute mark. Tim, Carlton 9:10.64 lead, Hawthorn 6:2.38. Clelo.
It's three-quarter time at the MCG, and a great quarter by Richmond. There's another report. Melbourne, I think it's Danny Hughes, I'll check later. Melbourne 13.7.85. Richmond 10.11.71 at three-quarter time. 14 points of difference in favour of Melbourne. Mike Moncrief.
Repeating the three-quarter time score at Moorabbin, St Kilda lead by 20 points, 10-18-78, North 8-10-58.
A mark here at Princess Park to Tony Shaw. Handball across to Morwood. Morwood short kick to Krasiska. Just down from the wing. The time has beaten Collingwood as they tried to mount something. And it's three-quarter time here at Princess Park with Fitzroy leading by 17 points at three-quarter time. Fitzroy 9:19.73 to Collingwood 7:14.56. Collingwood by a point at quarter time, by 4 points at half time, and Fitzroy, Russell 21, Mullane 19. 8 possessions after coming on after being off the ground with that left knee injury, but he's okay. McGuan 16, Krasiska 16, about 9 free kicks average per quarter. Fitzroy 15, Collingwood 14, and Fitzroy just winning the rucks narrowly. Collingwood marking them by 45-37, and Fitzroy winning first possessions 12-7 and make that 13-7 because Ironmonger has got the free kick as Jimmy Wind took the palm from Ironmonger and kicked the ball away, but play's been halted and Ironmonger has got the free kick. So another possession out of the centre to Fitzroy. Kicks the ball up towards half forward. There is Tuella. Off the pack, Gale. Kicks in towards full forward. Ruse shrugs off Gafer. And the ball, I think, is out of bounds on the full. Yes, it is. It'll be a Collingwood free kick right near that Carlton dugout at the Robert Heatley stand end to be taken by Shane Kerrison. So three-quarter time, Fitzroy leading by 17 points. Now the kick by Collingwood out beyond 50. Wright went up, couldn't mark. Russell did well to get through the pack, but lost his footing. Got the handball across to Monkhorst. Monkhorst from the half-back line around that southern wing has found Manson. Manson quickly the hand passed on to Krasiska. The Magpies go forward, in towards centre half forward. Brown gets a bit of a nudge in the back. No free kick. Dacos is there. It's one out there with Clayton. Clayton tries to kick the ball off the ground. Dacos almost beat 3. Gets the handball out towards Brown. Brockhurst through the pack but without the ball. Starcevic is there. The ball worked towards the boundary line. Dacos left lamenting back about 20 metres out from goal with his hands behind his head, thinking we should have scored out of that little sortie forward, but they didn't, and there'll be a boundary throw in Collingwood's right forward pocket.
If there'd been one other Dacos there to help, they would have done, but his support wasn't too good that time. From the throw-in, a Fitzroy knock. Gale has the run of it, but takes it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Out towards the 50, so between the pocket and the half-forward flank for Collingwood. No scorers yet in a minute 50 of this final term, and the Magpies desperately need the first goal. They trail by 17 points. Ironmonger and Manson. Manson down to Richardson. Hurried kick up deep into the pocket. Brown in front, but a good spoil coming from behind from Brockhurst. Fists it over the line for a throw-in in Collingwood's right forward pocket, just metres around from the behind post.
Boundary throw-in coming now. Who's in ruck? It'll be Manson and Ironmonger. Manson works his body to the front, controls the ball, falls to ground, the ball loose, and there'll be a ball up again. In case you've just tuned in, Tuttenham in for Collingwood, as Barwick didn't take his place in the team, and Christian off the ground early with a hamstring. There's the ball up, no change in the Fitzroy team. Knocked down by Ironmonger, picked up there by a Fitzroy player, kicks the ball up towards the 50-metre line. He's defending, picked up there by Lyon, handballed across towards Aythorne. Aythorne's kick around that southern wing, but Monkhorst dropping back has taken a good mark. Sees McGuan in the centre. Now McGuan is marked, he can run, he's through the centre on the attacking side, switches play to the northern side to Dacos, and Dacos getting away from Clayton has marked 50 metres out from goal, just a little off centre. Just the slightest of breezes behind him. The flags were just a little bit of a waft up at the scoreboard end. Dacos 50 metres out, drop punts for goal. It's coming back but not enough, and it's a behind to Collingwood. Dacos has tallied today 2 goals, 3, and the scoreboard, and we're played just beyond 3 minutes in the final term. Fitzroy 9:19.73, Collingwood 7:15.57.
Swan, any play at the park?
Yes, Tim, been playing 1 minute and a 1 point change to the score. Carlton now lead by 27 points. Carlton 10-11-71 lead Hawthorn 7-2-44.
A long kick back into play. Monkhorst from behind, a big thump over the boundary line for a throw in on Collingwood's half forward flank. Clearlo
Yes, a great goal by Bennett. His 6th. He's got another opponent. They now lead by 19 points. Melbourne 14-7-91 to Richmond 10-12-72. 4 minutes gone the last quarter. Mike Moncrief.
9 minutes gone and St Kilda lead by 14 points. They're 10-19-79. North Melbourne 9-11-65.
Fitzroy breaking up another Collingwood attack. Bouncing kick to Dundas behind the centre line. Hand pass to Kapler, doesn't hit him cleanly, but he gets it back to Dundas, who kicks up towards the half-forward line. Lynch leads Morwood in a race for the ball. Lynch takes it cleanly and then gets around Morwood skillfully. Kicks into centre half forward. Running under the ball, though, was the intended target, Truella. The ball hits the deck and is immediately surrounded by players. Flicked out of the pack to Turner of Collingwood. A hand pass to Russell. One to Tony Shaw, puts him under pressure. He gives it away to Blakey. Bad kick from Blakey, falls into the arms of Turner. That's centre half back for the Magpies. Chip kick to Kerrison to try and set something up for Collingwood. He runs with the ball and then kicks long to half forward. Ironmonger and Pert flew high. Couldn't take the mark, though, after getting up there and doing everything right, and penalised for holding the ball after coming down with it and not getting it out. Dacos takes the free. 75 metres. Oh, mighty torpedo! He's goal! A magnificent kick. He was 75 out, I called it. And he leant back and he gave that torpedo everything, including perfect timing, and gets his third. He's a genius. Fitzroy 9-19-73, Collingwood 8-15-63.
And really that kick, as magnificent as it is the icing on the cake, because Dacos, I think, as much as anybody in this quarter, has really lifted his workload for the Pies. And of course, the great attribute that he's got is that he can finish off the game. That was just a pearler of a kick.
From the centre bounce, football on 3 away. We've got the close one here at Princess Park. Christiska tries to barge through. Monkhorst kicked the ball only a few metres, picked up by Kickett in the centre, kicks towards half forward. Collision there. Dundas off the pack. Nobody home. The ball bouncing. Arlo Jesselenko 70. Breaks the wrong way. Comes from outside the off stump and goes in towards the middle. And it's missed and through for a behind. And a couple of Fitzroy players in trouble, one on the ground and one limping badly, Tim.
Lynch.
Fitzroy 9-20-74, Collingwood 8-15-63.
Lynch is the one who's up. There's one on his back with 4 trainers around him. Long kick back into play. Mullane had the chance to rove the pack. Lost it at the first attempt. Gets it back. A hand pass to McGuan. The Magpies with their tails up. He runs through the centre. He goes to the lead from Manson. For Brown. Too far for him. Still a chance for the Magpies. But now the Lions at the ball in numbers. Clayton a relieving kick to nobody out to the half-back flank. And it bounces over the line for a throw-in.
That player was Roos. He's up. He's a little bit groggy, but he's gone back to full forward.
Half-forward flank for Collingwood. And the Magpies really showing some spunk here in the last quarter. Trailing by 11 points. Almost 7 minutes in. Ironmonger and Monkhorst share the honours. Kapler gets a knock-on for Fitzroy. It's close to the line again, but Mullane's onto it for Collingwood. Does a quick turn and then swings the ball back towards half-forward. Manson up in front, can't mark. At the base of the pack, Stevens, bad hand pass. Put his team under pressure, but they clear through Blakey. Long kick to the wing, but Turner, backing back, takes a gritty mark for Collingwood.
Plays on, kicks across the half-back line to McEwen, who marks and pumps a hand pass to Tony Shaw in the centre. Shaw through the centre, overlap there with McGuan. A beautiful hand pass by Shaw. McGuan's hand pass, it was meant for Starcevic, interrupted, picked up by Stevens. Stevens kicks the ball back towards half forward, and Lynch takes 1, 2, 3 grabs. They're inside 50 Fitzroy. Turner goes to ground. Lynch still battling hard. The ball comes out the back, picked up by Turner. Being harassed there by Kickett. Dundas goes in. Oh, it's helter-skelter stuff. Picked up by Morwood. Can't get the handball away. Kepler emerges, sidesteps, goes to ground. Was he tripped? Turner applies to tackle. He goes to ground. Umpire's letting it go. Crowd yelling ball. Morwood might have hurt himself. Picked up by Mullane. Hand passes the wrong way. Picked up there by McGuan. Handball out towards Morwood, and Collingwood out of trouble. Morwood's kicked towards the boundary, and it's Manson gets a push in the back.
And take a bow, every one of you players involved in that. That was absolutely magnificent. That's worth the admission, just to see that minute or so of play.
Pert infringing. Manson's got the free kick half-back flank. Fitzroy 74, Collingwood 63. The Roy boys by almost 2 goals.
Here, Stanley. Superb. Manson kicks beyond the wing. Front position, Tuddenham. Fisted away by Blakey out to the boundary line for a throw-in on the wing. We're 8.5 minutes into the final term, and we could have a beauty on our hands here. Fitzroy 11 points in front of Collingwood.
David Mackay, a couple of goals to Carlton at VFL Park.
Yes, a 40-point lead to Carlton at the 6-minute mark. Carlton 12-12-84. Lead Hawthorn 7-2-44.
Okay, we'll stay here.
From the throw-in, Collingwood the chance. Russell a hand pass to Shaw on his wrong boot. Gives it to Tuddenham. Kicks towards Brown. He's got it. On his chest, 35 out directly in front. He should kick a goal.
If they get this, they'll break Fitzroy's spirit a little bit. The last 3 minutes, and then they get a goal after the big arm contest, and then it'll be nice, interesting, isn't it, Tim?
Gavin Brown will kick from about 40. His 7th mark. Still goalless. The Magpies have only had 4 goal kickers. It's on its way. It's good. The Magpie fans are rough behind the goal umpire. Full points and the margin 5 points. Fitzroy 9-20-74. Collingwood 9-15-69. Let's check the other 2 grounds. Clelo.
Well, we're only 10 minutes in this last quarter, and Richmond they just can't do it. They're 10-12-72 to Melbourne 14-10-94 down to Mike Moncrief.
15-minute mark and St Kilda lead by 21 points. They're 11-20. It's 86. North 9-11-65.
Time for score from VFL Park, David.
Gets a goal into Kernahan, and Carlton now lead by 46 points at the 7-minute and 22nd mark. Carlton 13-12-90. Lead Hawthorn 7-2-44.
Back here at Princess Park, 10 minutes in the final term. A centre square infringement, Collingwood's way to Monkhorst. Fitzroy lead by 5 points, 9-20 to 9-15. Monkhorst kicks towards that scoreboard goal. Up goes Perth, but he's been outmarked by Brown, is it? Yep, Brown. 40 metres out directly in front. And this kick to put the Magpies in front by a point after they trailed by 17 points at three-quarter time. And that was just a little over 10 minutes ago. Gavin Brown getting a little pat on the back from Monkhorst. I'll just save the pat for another 30 seconds or so, Damien, to see whether he kicks it or not. 40 metres out. Scoreboard end. Kicks for goal. The crowd love it. The banners are up. The Magpies in front by a point. Collingwood 10-15-75. Fitzroy 9-20-74. The close one on 3-0. Stanley.
Yes, and the gun players are back for the Pies, aren't they? We've got Peter Dacos, Tony Shaw giving him a drive out of the centre, backed up by Mick McGuan, and Gavin Brown's really come to the fore. The big test now, I guess, is on the Roys, because they're going to have to find a leader out there to stem this tide, because the Pie supporters they're up in arms, and their players are really responding.
Fantastic match at Princess Park, where the Magpies haven't won in 9 long seasons. At the bounce of the ball, Monkhorst beats Ironmonger to Manson. Can't get a hand pass away, but Russell steals it with the left boot. Brown goes beyond Brown. He backs back. He might run onto it. No, he won't. It's taken through for a behind by Clayton. And the Magpies lead by 2 points. They're 10-16-76 and full of momentum. Fitzroy 9-20-74.
Now Pert from fullback. Searching. He comes out towards Ironmonger, who's marked by Monkhorst. Mullane is there, almost marked it. The ball spills behind. Fitzroy's way to Lyon. Lyon from half-back has a bounce. Up towards the centre. 2 bounces. Draws Shaw. Handball across to Kapler. Within scoring range. A left foot kick from 55 metres out. It might be just a few centimetres short, it is. Punched away by Collingwood's defence keeper. Picked up by Turner. Scrubs the ball out towards the dugout on 50. Picked up there by Richardson. Goes the wrong way. Handball back towards McGuan. Slips over at the crucial time. Picked up by Tony Shaw. Dead hand pass to Turner. The knock on there by Fitzroy. Matera. Emerging is Tony Shaw. Hand pass on to Alan Richardson. Kicks the ball into the centre, and the mark for Tuddenham. Tuddenham now plays on quickly. Collingwood streaming down the ground. Ronnie McEwen, 65 metres out from goal. Goes long towards the goal square. It bouncing. Big Ronnie from 65 to 70 metres out has put it through, and Collingwood kick clear at Princess Park. Collingwood 11-16-82. Fitzroy 9-20-74. Stanley.
Oh, didn't he try and kick the bladder out of that? He only got onto it, didn't he? It was a superb kick. And it amazes me, that boy. I mean, when he lets himself go, there's a bit of initiative then. He's run from centre half back out past the wing to get the play, draw the kick, and he really drilled that through. Excellent play, Ronnie McEwen.
He works on a 6-volt battery, but I'd love him to have an 8-volt one there, Stanley.
He had a couple of options, but he heard your words, Stan. When in doubt, and he went for the glory and got it. Now out of the centre, Fitzroy through Stevens. Kick to half forward, but the Magpies in good shape, and Morwood, who's been an excellent defender, takes a fine, timely mark for Collingwood on the defence at 50. The Magpies 4 goals to only a behind in this final term. They've kicked 4-2 to 1 point. Morwood kicks long, over the centre. Manson late on the scene, can't mark. At the base of the pack, the Roy's through Aythorne, but a blind hand pass to no one. Tuddenham picked it up, kick smothered, taken by Lyon. Kicks Fitzroy forward. Ruse out in front. Great smother Morwood. Fists the ball 20 metres and taken for the Magpies by Richardson. Hand pass to Turner. Short kick to the wing and marked by Tuddenham, who's having a good last quarter. He goes short towards Manson. Reaches him on the bounce. A bad kick. Didn't quite carry to the leading forward. And Fitzroy get a free kick for a push in the back. And they want to play on. Matera kicks towards half forward. Front position Lynch. Fine player. Takes the mark about 60 metres from goal.
14 minutes played in the final term. Fitzroy 74, Collingwood 82. Lynch now, wobbly old pass in towards Ruse. Ruse can't quite trap it, but eventually he does know. Grabbed by Gafer. He'll be in possession, Ruse. Good decision, field umpire. Umpire Rich. And the free kick to Gafer. There was a shocking pass by Lynch. Gave Ruse no chance at all. And Gafer was just dwelling on him. Kick by Gafer, not a very long one, under the bootstraps almost of Monkhorst. Lane's hand pass a bit too slick for Pele Dacos and the ball over. But it's on Fitzroy's half-forward line, about 2 kicks out from goal. Collingwood 11-16-82, Fitzroy 9-20-74. The boundary throw-in. About 70 metres away from Fitzroy's goal. Ironmonger knocks it down. It was Lyon, got the handball to Clayton. A wobbly kick in towards half-forward. Kicker's done nothing today. Gets a bit of a nudge from McGuan and will take the free kick in front of the Carlton Social Club stand, about 30 metres out from goal and about 3 or 4 metres in from the boundary. Certainly kickable.
A very ordinary free kick, that one by Mickey McGuan.
Now kick it. Not many possessions today. Coming in. 11th possession. Drop punt on its way. Gee, it looks a nice kick from here. The crowd. It's grazed the goal post. They've got another poster. What's that, 7? 7 posters today for Fitzroy. They are 9-21-75. Collingwood 11-16-82. David Mackay at VFL Park.
40-point lead to Carlton at the 13-minute mark. Carlton 13-12-90. Lead Hawthorn 8-2-50.
We're 17 minutes into the last quarter and another report. This time it's Mark Lee of Richmond for hitting Brett Lovett. In the meantime, Melbourne have got it down. They lead by 5 goals. They're 15-12 to 10-12 at the 16-minute mark. They've got it 1 down to Mike Muncrief.
Go to Mike in a minute. Here goes Fitzroy deep into attack. Kick it almost a mark. Can't quite hang on to it. And crashing through goes Morwood. Gives a lovely hand pass to Dacos, who finds himself between 4 Fitzroy attackers. Hand passes towards McEwen, who loses it. Picked up by Dundas. Hooks it back. Lands about 30 metres out. No one able to mark. Dacos has it. Kicks under pressure, though. Straight to Trawella, who blazes away and misses. And it is out on the full. Stanley?
And have a look in the goal square.
An unmanned Fitzroy player.
Just standing there waiting for the ball to be chipped over to him.
Fitzroy 9-21-75. Collingwood 11-16-82. Mike Moncrief.
A nice goal by Harvey at the 22-minute mark sees St Kilda lead by 28 points. 12-21-93. North 9-11-65.
Back at Princess Park, 17 minutes in. That free kick to Collingwood has been marked by Monkhorst at centre half back. Kicks a little bit like Peter Moore. Good mark taken by Tuddenham, running with the flight of the ball. Run down from behind by Kaplan. Loose ball goes to Manson, though. In turn across to Tony Shaw. Kicks it towards the pocket. And the ball trickling towards the behind post, but just to the left. And there'll be a boundary throw-in. Just a few metres away from Collingwood's goal. Left half-forward flank at the eastern end of the ground. Collingwood 11-16-82. Fitzroy 9-21-75. What's happened, Crackers?
Brindell's on.
Yeah, because Trawella was dragged for that indiscretion.
Okay, boundary throw-in. Manson down. Plenty of Collingwood players out. The packet comes from Brockhurst to Clayton. Clayton now from centre half-back. Kicks in towards the centre of the ground. But an easy Collingwood mark taken by Richardson. Plenty of time to survey. He'll go for Manson. No, he won't. He'll go shorter to Monkhorst at centre half forward. Thought about playing on. Decided to not to back his judgment. Now, there's a bit of a brick wall down here for Fitzroy. Ironmonger, but he's going out wide, Monkhorst. Punched away from Brown by Pert. A bad bounce there for Tuddenham. Coming in is Bunn. Hand pass to Lyon. That was pretty slick. Who gives it to Blakey. Blakey now from half-back. Kicks up towards the point of the square. Morwood almost another mark. Gave for a hand pass under pressure. Terrific. Onto McGuan. McGuan's kicked the half-forward. Clayton up, can't mark. Good work by Stevens to try and work the ball away. Picked up by Brockhurst. Gets it out towards Wind. Fitzroy not giving up yet. I think Kickett might have just hurt himself a little bit. He comes to the ball now. Picked up by Mullane. Handball back to McGuan. Kickett running after the ball. No, he seems to be free in his action, and the ball beats him over for a boundary throw-in. It is helter-skelter here, with Collingwood leading by 7 points, 82-75.
And the story of this match has been quarters that have gone one way for a few minutes and then the other, so Fitzroy might just hit back. And they're lifting at the moment at the throw-in. Kapler hurries a kick towards half-forward, but it's chopped off by McGuan, who marks. He chips a pass to Dacos, who marks ever so casually and feeds a beautiful hand pass to the running right, who has a bounce, peeps over the shoulder, goes for home with a low kick, which is off direction and through for a behind. Collingwood 11-17-83. Fitzroy 9-21-75.
Now Perth trying to find a target. He might go straight up the middle. Brockhurst is there. And also Ironmonger. No, he'll make a fibber out of me. He'll come out to our broadcast side. Lyon goes up, can't make the ball. Punched by Gafe in front of the pack to Kasiska. Open goal is offline, and Collingwood score their 18th behind. Collingwood 11-18, Fitzroy 9-21. The Magpies leading by 9 points. A score only from David Mackay at the park.
48-point lead to Carlton at the 17-minute mark. Carlton 14-14-96. Lead Hawthorn 8-2-50.
Long kick back into play from Pert. The big men jostle, and Ironmonger pulls down an excellent mark. Hasn't taken too many. 2 in fact. On the half-back line, he kicks towards the wing where Lynch wins the exchange over Morwood. What a contest they've had. Lynch kicks close to the boundary line. Roos marks it, but on the wrong side. It's out on the full, and so a Collingwood free kick to Jamie Turner on the half-back flank. Short kick to Tony Shaw, who marks dangerously straight across ground, but sure-footed and sure-handed with the 2 players, and Shaw finished up with the ball for Collingwood. He kicks towards the centre line where Manson and Krzyzewska are the targets. Neither could mark. Morwood, indefatigable roves, but a hand pass intercepted by Kapler. His kick smothered. Dacos had a run at the ball, lost it. Hand pass out to Shaw. He kicks to half-forward for Collingwood. It lands in space. A race. First there, Jimmy Wind, under a lot of pressure from Russell. He gives off a bad hand pass, panicked under pressure. Taken by Tuddenham for Collingwood. Surveys the option, goes for Brown's lead. Brown runs under the ball, backs back, but the ball runs away from him over the boundary line for a throw-in Collingwood's left forward pocket. 21 minutes gone. The Magpies by 9 points and deep in attack.
Boundary throw-in left forward pocket. The Pies only about 20 metres out from goal. Ironmonger and Manson. Manson works his body to the front. Ironmonger outstretches him and takes the ball out of the air and gives it to Clayton, who hand passes back towards Collingwood's goal, but straight to Brockhurst, who kicks and almost a finger tipper. And it was it's not a mark to Mullane. It's gone off his fingers over. He dived low to the ground, a bit like a gully catch. He got his fingers to it and almost had purchase on it, but it just slipped out. Collingwood 84, Fitzroy 75. Football on 3-0. Monkhorst knocks the ball inside Collingwood's 50. Russell picks it up. Little kick in towards full forward. Dacos is there. They go to ground. Dacos might seal it here. Picks it up, and he has put it through. Dacos from 20 metres out, seized on the loose ball, and has put it through for goal number 4 to Dacos, and Collingwood kick clear by 15 points beyond 21 minutes in the final term. Collingwood 12-18-90, Fitzroy 9-21-75. Quick score check David Mackay, all venues.
48-point lead to Carlton at the 19-minute mark. Carlton 15-14-104. Lead Hawthorn 9-2-56. Clelo.
22 minutes gone. It's a 7-goal advantage and a point to Melbourne. They're 17-13, 115 to Richmond 10-12-72. Mike Moncrief.
27-minute marks and Coulter lead by 22 points. 12-22-94. North 10-12-72.
A real wrestle for the ball in the centre after the ball up at Princes Park, and umpire Coates comes in and will bounce again. Collingwood by 15 points and playing a superb last quarter. They've kicked 5-4 to 2 behinds to swing this match, which was running away from them at three-quarter time. Fitzroy gained ground from the ball up. Gale gets a kick over half forward, front position Matera. Fine spoil Kerrison. Matera runs after it, but he's got 2 against him. Kerrison first there, sweeps it out towards the boundary line. Doesn't quite make the distance. Roos gets there just inside. Twists, turns, gets a left foot kick, but nothing there for Fitzroy. And the mark taken by Turner in the back pocket for Collingwood. And the Magpies, from the moment this last term started, have played as though they really wanted it. Turner kicks out to the wing. Pack up, and a fine mark taken by Rendell. No, it's not. It's Stevens up from... No, it's Roos. Third time lucky. Roos, after running out to the boundary line, has gone further upfield. He kicks Fitzroy into attack, but a shocker. Marked by Gaper, who plays on kicks to the centre line. And coming out and taking the mark in on his chest is Russell for Collingwood to drive them into attack again.
Russell looking for Dacos on the half-forward line, and beautiful mark, Dacos. Fantastic use of the body, and I'm sure that if Scotty Clayton wasn't so disappointed at the scoreline, he'd probably just look up at Dacos and clap his hands. So good was that effort. Great use of the body, and a terrific mark by Dacos. 40 metres out, almost directly in front, to give Collingwood a 21-point advantage. Goal number 5 for Dacos. He puts it through. They've really had no trouble finding the major opening since just after half-time. Both sides. Collingwood now 13-18-96. Fitzroy 9-21-75. Stanley.
What a mark of greatness, I believe, with this man, Peter Dacos, because I thought that Scott Clayton really has done everything right. He's put enormous pressure on. There hasn't been one easy kick for Peter Dacos today, but he's just kicked his 5th goal. In fact, I think he's kicked either 5-3 or 5-4, and he really has been the catalyst in this last quarter. You can have all your running players and your great defence, but there's nothing greater than having a player like that winning the ball as well as he just did then and capping it off with beautiful goal kicking.
The Magpies by 21 points, and we're almost in time on. They've just about wrapped it up. Fitzroy mounting one last effort, worked the ball into attack, but Collingwood with numbers at it again in defence. Gafer gets the clearing kick out to the wing. Kapler-Flew was interfered with and will take a free kick for Fitzroy and pump the Lions into attack with that lovely, elegant left boot of his. He goes short to a lead from Ruse, who comes out and takes the mark, but he's 70 metres from goal, much too far from the sticks to score. Now he comes in and uses a centering kick. It's not good. Fitzroy's disposal falling away in this last term. Taken for Collingwood by Richardson. Off to Shaw, who's had a mountain of hand passes. A hand pass to Shane Morwood, who's been a stalwart in defence. He kicks out towards the wing. First there is Krzyzka for Collingwood. Under pressure, he'd be quite happy to see it over the line. Lions in there tackling hard. The ball stays in play, but there will be a ball up on the wing on the southern side of the ground. Collingwood 13-18-96. Fitzroy 9-21-75. And we've played 25 3/4 minutes in this final term.
Final score for Evan.
Side wing. Munkhorst knocks the ball further towards Collingwood's area. Starcevich is there, gets a bit of a push in the back, but picked up there eventually by Wind, who kicks the ball back to the wing position, and Gale has marked, striking off Krzyzka, so he can go back and take his kick. Gale. A drop punt in towards half forward. Target is not a good one. In fact, underneath it is Turner, and the Collingwood back line have played very, very well today, particularly since half-time. Turner's chip kick over the top to Richardson, who marks. Goes for a run around that southern wing. Centres the ball up towards the wing. Starcevich tries to scoop it out. He does, successfully to Tuddenham, who's run down from behind by a Fitzroy player. It was Gale, who's done a mountain of work today. In fact, Gale might have grabbed onto him for a bit too long after the tackle. That's the way the umpire saw it, and Tuddenham's got the free kick wide of centre. A crowd of 16,619. Tuddenham, it might be an advantage or 50, Tim. I was looking at attendance. There's a 50, and this will bring Tuddy to within about 40 metres from goal.
And as play moves down the ground for this shot at goal, Mike Moncrief, what is that final score at Moorabbin?
Final score of Moorabbin sees St Kilda win by 16 points, 12-22-94. Defeated North Melbourne 11-12-78.
Okay, and the boys on the scoreboard here at Princess Park today have done a very good job. They've been listening to our coverage all day, and they've not updated the score every quarter. They've kept progressive scores for the crowd, and more ground should do that. Now Tuddenham, 35 metres out. Drop punts for goal. The fans like it. Yes, they go up behind the goal at the eastern end. It's another goal to Collingwood. Tuddenham gets his first. A late replacement in the team for Barwick. Collingwood scamper further clear. 14-18-102 to Fitzroy 9-21-75.
Yes, and he's done a very good job, Paul Tuddenham. I mean, he's out there. He covers a lot of ground. He's not fast, but he's always giving somebody a target, and he's an option. He gets to the fall of the ball, and he also can be given a fair amount of praise for Collingwood's performance in this last quarter.
Ironmonger gets the tap, but it's all to no avail now for Fitzroy because the Magpies have got it wrapped up. Stevens gets a short kick for Fitzroy to Ironmonger and a hand pass to Lyon. who feints and then feeds a left-hand pass to Wind, who kicks over half forward towards Kickett, but he's got about 3 to beat. He gets some support from Matera, but swept away by McGuan. Hand pass comes to Turner, under pressure. Dispossessed, good tackle by Kickett, who then collects the ball, but he's dispossessed by Kerrison. In goes Lyon, who's worked very hard in the second half. Gets it off to Brockhurst, who kicks along half forward for Fitzroy. No one at home, though, for the Lions. McEwen and Turner raffle it. Turner takes it, runs away with the ball, floats a hand pass to Russell. Another one to Shaw. The kick now towards half forward. Manson there for Collingwood and takes a fine mark. He's on the 50. Which Crackers, I think, might be just beyond him. He kicks from about 55 out. Not a bad effort up to full forward. Front position to Dacos. Can't mark. Ball falls off the pack. Picked up by Brockhurst. Scrambles a left foot kick out to the pocket. Nothing there for Fitzroy. Tuddy first there for the Magpies. Gets around Brockhurst. Goes for goal with the banana.
He's kicked it.
He's done it from the impossible angle.
8 goals to 0 this quarter, Tim.
8 goals to nothing in the last quarter. Collingwood 15, 18, 108. Fitzroy 9, 21, 75. A rampant Collingwood in the final term, Crackers.
Well, he practices that every night. Well, I wish I could say that, but it was a great effort. He had a couple in the centre, and I suppose at 21 points up, he decided to have a go, and it came off, and a miraculous goal by Paul Tuddenham. As Dan was saying, he's been under notice since he's really got on, and he's given him another option up there, and he's a gutsy little fella, and a great goal.
What a turnaround. Fitzroy led by 17 points at three-quarter time, and Collingwood now leading by 33. It's a 50-point turnaround so far. Centre bounce, Monkhorst out towards Tony Shaw. Just flicks the ball on to Mullane. Mullane's kick to Brown. Oh, he's crashed heavily. Yeah, well, he's okay. And that player was Ross Lyon who came in. I'm not sure. Tony Shaw's looking for a 50. I'm not sure where the 50 should be on. I mean...
Yep. I agree, Peter. I think it should be. I mean, he was going for the ball and the player comes front on. It was really nothing. It was almost a charge, in my opinion. The player's in the air going for the mark.
Yeah, that was ordinary. If it was in the first quarter, it'd be walking away for a while.
Well, he's kicked 2, Brown, and this will be 3. Collingwood's 9th for the quarter to lead by 39 points. He's going to kick it up towards Nicholson Street. There, he's gone over the top there. Out of the ground goes the kick from Gavin Brown. The Magpies scored their 9th in this quarter, and they moved to 16-18, 114. Fitzroy 9, 21, 75. David Mackay at the park.
Carlton by 65 points at the 28-minute mark. Carlton 18-16, 124. Lead Hawthorn 9-5, 59.
Are they safe, Swan?
I think they'll win it from here. It might be 3 in a row.
Clearlo?
It's all over here at the MCG, and a magnificent last quarter by Melbourne. 20 goals, 13, 133. To Richmond, 11, 14, 80. Lake Moncrief.
How many goals to Bennett, Clearlo?
Bennett finished up with 6 and Hogg 5.
We've got the final score from Moorabbin. The Saints have won 12-22 to 11-12 by 16 points. So all matches parcelled up now, even though 2 of them are still going. Collingwood into attack again. They can do no wrong at the moment, and Tuddenham has taken a mark between centre and centre half forward. Kicked that fantastic banana goal a short time ago. He goes towards Brown's lead. It doesn't reach him. Off the pack, Dacos. Left foot snap for number 6. I haven't seen him play a more influential game of football. He's kicked 6 goals of Collingwood's 17. They're 17, 18, 120. Fitzroy 9, 21, 75. And in the final term, the Magpies have kicked 10-4 to Fitzroy's 2 behinds.
Yeah, there's been 2 magnificent players in this quarter from my point of view. Tony Shaw in the centre, who's just absolutely gone on with heaps and heaps of kicks, and he marks his presence on the game with enormous amounts of possessions. Peter Dacos, on the other hand, he is just the consummate player of conversion, and he doesn't need to get heaps of statistics to be a magnificent match winner.
From the centre bounce, neither ruckman get the tap. The loose ball comes out towards Kapler, breaks clear from the centre, kicks long up towards full forward. Brendel is there, 1 grab, the second, but he couldn't quite get it. Working the ball towards the boundary line, but not taking too much trouble to let it run away from him with Shane Kerrison.
Would he need a shower tonight, Peter? He's come on the ground and the ball hasn't come down.
Well, just over 7 minutes of added time in this memorable quarter. The Magpies scoring 10 goals to 0. Boundary throw in right near that Carlton dugout. There it is. It's all over. Collingwood winning by a margin of 45 points, and the first time that they've seen a win here at Princes Park since this time 9 years ago.
And Smooth, if my memory serves me correctly, and I saw that game, I have a feeling that Peter Dacos kicked 7 goals and set up the Collingwood win over Carlton back in May 1981.
The final score, Collingwood 17-18, 100.